Hey there, Silver Tongue Devil here, and in this live stream we're going to be looking at Hellsweepers. And before I can fuck up another introduction, let's just get straight into it, shall we? So, we're back on Hellsweepers. We're going to be looking at blood magic that I've just unlocked, which magic strong enough already, blood magic ridiculously strong. We've got lots of other weapons unlocked. I have some findings to show to the group, and I have lots and lots and lots of other bits and pieces to show off. Thank you for the confidence vote there, Radius. So, first things first. When you get to the point where you've got multiple skills, it's a good idea to trim your skills available down to 6. That way you can focus on what you're good at, as opposed to just randomly getting things thrown at you that you don't want. There's also much more chance of being able to get the right things that you want to upgrade, as opposed to new things that you don't need. So that's quite a big part. Second of all, we're just going to play it on normal, which is going to be a bit of a walkover. I've managed to complete this in Masochist now, which is the top difficulty level, and to be fair, with what I can show you tonight, it's just as easy as normal, really. So, let's have a look and go on a new sweep. Ah, got ya! Ha ha! So, every time I think to grab that little bug, he always flies away. Always flies away. Dumb the words down. You're not going to get offended now, Radius. Come on. It's that kind of stream. So, first things first. When you are picking up these power-ups, always pick up the one that gives you additional health or additional mana. Damage doesn't matter too much, but always pick these ones up before the blessing. The reason being is because it can have an effect on how good or how bad the blessing is. I always pick up everything and then the blessing last myself. So, blessing-wise, here's a trick. Now, I did say in the last stream, shields very, very, very OP on this game. If you can get the ability that converts life into mana and shields, or you can get the ability that gives you more shield per gold you have, then you're nigh on invincible. You really are. Now, you'll see here that it hasn't worked out quite so nicely for us. So normally you'd have to, you know, quit your run, you know, add another run, another failed run onto your statistics, and there you go. Because Petrified Blood, max health isn't as good as shields, nowhere near. And Dynamic Force is nice, but when you got magic, you don't need to be doing an awful lot of jumping. We can play quite lazy, especially with blood magic. So, what do? Well, I'm glad you asked. We simply save and return to the hall for a free reroll. Now, I won't do this too many times. I will take something. Yeah, you get to pick all of those, and then you get to pick weaponry afterwards as well. So, you'll see that I saved and quit, which put me back to the hub. If I now continue run and go back into here, I, in essence, get a reroll. Yes, you get to pick 2 weapons afterwards.
Look at this.
So, let's try that again, shall we? So, as you can see, we have a reroll. Instead of health this time, we have damage. Levitation, because I've picked it and it's a support skill, will always be one of the ones here. And we'll have another look at blessing, shall we? Or what blessings are available. Oh, now Guardian Angel. The problem with Guardian Angel, when struck with a fatal hit, gain 5 seconds of invulnerability. This has triggered for me before, but I didn't see it, so I just died and then died instantly, not knowing that I had 5 seconds of invulnerability. Gilded boots, people. Trust me on the gilded boots. You have gilded boots, you take gilded boots. So, I always go for gun, because gun I can get my run going with. A lot of the magic at level 1 is actually quite difficult to use, throwing fireballs or trying to get close range for flamethrowers. It is doable, but it's not easy. We will take fire magic because I know... should we just take blood magic and I'll start showing? I'll just take blood magic. Well, so this is unholy magic, but when comboed with other magic becomes blood magic, which we'll show off later. And there we go. So, hello Indy. So now we have got what we want. We want gilded boots. And so the way that gilded boots works, it's a very, very good skill. Every 300 obolos grants 1 shield, and you can pick this up to 3 times. So every 300 basically currency that we get grants us an additional shield. That's on top of our health as well. So we need to be not spending a penny. Which is easy enough to do because the game gives you a lot of upgrades in chests, especially if you are doing the right keys in the right chests. So, the next big thing to be aware of to do on this game, we need to be collecting money, and we need to be collecting money fast. We also need to be making sure that we're picking the top keys for the chests. The order, as I have been reliably now informed, and as I was told before by Von and John, is Emerald, Sapphire, Gold, Silver, Bronze. So we want to be opening everything with as high a key denomination as possible. Hello Spacebucks, how we doing? So, Emerald. That's one of the ones that we want. And Bronze, yeah, don't need that. So, I like to collect all my keys at the front. Note how I haven't stepped into the actual arena yet. Part of the reason being, if you are getting killed on this game and you don't know why, I can nearly guarantee you it's these fucking towers. So what you want to do, because if you go into a level and there are blue towers and it's only the blue ones, they can transform into red towers whilst the waves and the enemies are coming at you. If you destroy them before that happens, well then they can't turn into red towers, and it's one less thing to deal with. The ones that have skulls on fire projectiles on you. The ones that have hearts on do an area of an effect. Damage, and I think it slows you slightly as well, and it just gets you killed. It's part of the reason why I used to die a lot on this game at the start and not know why. So advice, kill stuff before you begin. Now we've just got to survive. Easy enough. What I also need to be concerned about as well is keeping style high, and the way that we're going to do that is for you IDU faithful, those who are aware of how the executioner bonus works in that game will be aware of how scoring works in this one. So what we have to do to keep our combo going is kills. And whilst we're getting those kills, I'm not doing a very good job at the moment because everything's over here, but whilst we're getting those kills, we also want to be trying to get shots on enemies to increase the multiplier, and then on top of that as well, come on, yeah, we're not in combo. Here's one of these red skulls I was talking about. Absolute pricks. And another, and they give you nothing for kills either. They don't count towards your combos. But note how every hit that I'm getting, my times multiplier is going up by approximately 4. And then if you can get specific shots to end an enemy, like a headshot or a pierced shot or ripping limbs off and various bits and pieces like that, I'm not doing a very good job of keeping my combo going here, then you can really start multiplying the style points that you get. Now magic is the easy way to do that. But whilst we haven't got magic, we still want to be earning maximum money. And the way that we do that is by trying to keep our combo and our meter high whilst carrying on going. We didn't really have enough time to do a decent combo there. Now, other things that you can do. Obviously, always... The what? Hang on, Radius. You always ask the weirdest questions. I'll have a check of that in a minute. If that said what I think it said, well, it isn't necessarily you that asks the weird questions. My chat lady just isn't very good deciphering your nonsense, sir. She's really good at deciphering my nonsense. Right, so what we are looking for right now, emerald keys. These are emerald keys. I do think that they need to change the shape of each of the different coloured keys so that not only can we rely on colour, but we can also rely on shape. Or just do, like, give them a glow or something, because I can't tell the difference between bronze and gold, and silver and blue can be difficult at the best of times as well. However, emeralds are what we want. This will increase the amount of cash that we get. Remember, more cash, more shields, and it can affect the level of mastery that you get from doing these things. Another tip that I would have, when you have your favourite magics and favourite weapons and favourite bits and pieces, put them in the same place so that it becomes second nature as to what you are going to cast. So you know, like for instance, I know up is lightning, out is guns, in is fireball, down is ice. That's just the way that I roll at the moment. And I don't need to worry about blood magic because that's in addition. When is the edible hat and the copper demon stream? What? Edible hat and copper demon stream? I assume you are talking about... I'm going to assume you're talking about Dungeons of Eternity, and that's tomorrow. So, we also need to make a point of, now that we have opened one chest, if there are other breakables in the level, first off we need to be destroying them because we need that cash, and we need the soul coins as well, I think. I can't remember what they're called, those ones. I'm sure they're called souls. But we need those. Also note, if you have opened a chest and you are shooting these totems and no more keys are dropping, you are done with keys. That's because there are no more keys dropping because because there are no more chests. Always make sure though, like, you want to be scouring the level for all the totems and all the chests as much as you can. Now, we didn't do very well on style, so we won't have got much cash. This here, it is souls. This isn't much of a choice for me, to be honest with you, because these sort of things affect power-ups later on, whereas these will get offered loads. These are actually, any power-ups that affect your stats are usually quite rare. I don't need the next level of gun yet. So, I'm with you on that one, Radius. Stupid is as stupid does, and I get stupid. So there you go. So these are going to become very, very useful to us very, very soon. But obviously I need to get the old unholy magic going first. So we also have the powers of levitation. The ability to skib enemies by smashing them into the floor is also going to become very, very useful to us later on. Right, so again, it's the first level. We haven't really got much, so we can't really do much on style at the moment. But getting a high style score immediately impacts how many souls and how much cash you get, and that, I believe, also affects how fast you level up. Now, elimination. Ooh, I'm having a smoke. Elimination. 13 enemies. There's only 13 enemies, so we need to group them together and try and kill them together so that we can keep our combo going and going as best as we can. Now, again, note how I'm going to poke out here and shoot what totems that I can see. Not because I need to, but because it's just good practice. And if I'm doing it, then there's no reason why you shouldn't be doing it. Go in with your weapons cast already. If you cast them in battle, it takes off mana. So if you have them cast, also note, reloading costs mana. So have your guns, if you are a gun guy or gal, have your guns cast and at full capacity before you go in. You can go one better as well and actually use your bullet thing to load your guns additionally, if you really wanted to. Only problem for me is that makes your guns really powerful, which then means that you're going to destroy enemies a lot quicker, which then means that you're not going to be able to combo quite as well. So after doing all of that and powering them up to double level, that's how it is. So we are loaded, we are ready to go. Now there's 13 enemies, so we need to be clever using those 13 enemies. So we're going to stay here, we're going to let them come to us, we're going to let them group around us, and we're just going to kind of outmaneuver them. There's one of those totems that I was talking about, which will get you. Try and be at maximum mana before you start. Try and gather the enemies together, because there was one over there. Nope, he's gone now. And then this is part of the reason why I flip, because it does slow motion for me. And it's almost like you want to try and kill things slowly so that you can maintain that combo. And when you basically, when I land is when I will lose my combo because I'm out of flip. But if you kill an enemy when you land, you can then keep the combo going. I know I said that there'll be less flipping tonight. There definitely will be, but not just yet, because we need to try and get a decent style score, which I am doing quite terribly at the moment, I might add. How many enemies you got? There's only one left. But yeah, ×1, ×2, and depending on where you hit them and the distance, I think it is as well, you can increase that times multiplier. So style 5,000. This is garbage. We need that at least 30,000 to get the maximum amount of rewards from each level. That is not going to help us. We don't need rock split. Definitely not taking souls. Rock split. Well, text to speech, let me tell you. Let me tell you. I have no idea on Sunak's new law on cigarettes. I don't even smoke. And you're quite right. 6 + 6 is not 13. Right, so. The maximum amount of style points that you can get souls and currency from, as I said on the last stream, is 30,000. Anything past that is a waste. Another thing to note as well, depending on how you have your grab mechanic, totems like this, if you shoot them, the key will drop into the abyss and you'll lose it. So you need to be ready to grab it as soon as it drops. Otherwise, you're potentially losing a key, and you can get scenarios where there are just enough totems. There can be scenarios where there's not enough totems and keys for the number of locks on chests. So you cannot afford to lose any of them. Bit of a detection problem. I'm pretty sure I'm hitting that. Interesting force field you got there, sir. So 2 blues here. Now what I like to do with blues whilst I'm waiting for jades is I pop them on top of the chests. Totems can only drop, well, they always drop cash and souls, and they can drop keys. I also find as well, but I can't confirm this, it's these yellow ones that usually give you more, and usually give you a higher grade of key as well, or at least they seem to be higher than the blue ones. I seem to always get the garbage keys. Watch this be a jade. Yep, of course it is. Why wouldn't it be a jade? I always seem to get the garbage keys. Watch this be another jade. No, there you go. I always seem to get the garbage keys from the blues, never the yellows. And it just seems like there's more of a rain of cash and souls from those ones. Now, we probably would have been better off doing that in a different... I try and put... If something only has, like... Get that bottle out of here. If something only has, like, one lock, like that one, that's the one that I would use the jade on, and then I would use the 3 blues on another. But I've done what I also do, which is, as soon as I get a jade, I jam it in, because that's top key. But let's pop those in there. Let's get that off of there before it falls down the back. We now have lightning magic, which is good. We can combo that with blood magic. Well, we can combo anything with blood magic. We just need one more level of blood magic, and then I can show you. There are some very interesting choices that you can get with Last Touch later on. Hopefully, I'll get to unlock them. You need to have found the combos that you can forge on magic before you can forge them, if that makes sense. So it'll all become clear very soon. Hey! Blood sugar baby. We now have blood magic level 2. This is where the fun begins. So, a couple of things you need to know about blood magic. Blood magic works with enemies and enemy body parts. Now, this guy isn't going to do much for us at the moment. However, if we were to skip him and smash him to pieces, he drops blood crystals. If you've ever seen these, that's what they are. Now, I can't remember because I never do it, but we can eat these. I think it just restores health. Yum, yum, yum. However, that's not what they're there for. Or at least that's not what they're there for in my opinion. Once you have a blood crystal, you can crush it. That then gives you blood magic. Blood magic then combines with any other form of magic and releases this. Horror. And you can put... I've had up to 11 of those, and they just go around the map, fucking shredding everything for you. And the bonus with blood magic is you get... with the perks later, you get additional gold for enemies being dismembered, and that's what those things do really, really fucking well. And you can just basically have loads of them floating around. So it then becomes get your first kill, grab a blood crystal. The other abilities aren't that great. Bear with. Hello, KO. How we doing? So the other ability that you get 2. You get the ability to basically fire frickin' laser beams, which is very cool, but it's not as good as the other ability. We also get the ability to throw these, which then just patrol around the area, but because there's no enemies, they just kind of piss off. So the other abilities I haven't really pushed into, and they're a little bit underwhelming. However, that horror that I can now summon is ridiculous. Blood magic, you also get the ability to destroy enemy limbs later on. So I would be able to crush this for blood magic, then combo, then fire. It just... believe me, it gets ridiculous. You'll see. Oh, you'll see. And the other bonus as well is you don't need multiple blood magics. You don't need that. You only need one and any other form of magic to get blood magic. Also, the moving around thing is incredibly powerful, but absolutely destroys your mana. So that's why those are always preferable to cast. And you can increase the time that they stick around, the damage that they do. They're just fucking nasty. And I like it. I like having minions doing my bidding. That one doesn't stay around for all of about 30 seconds. I don't even think it was that. But you can times the duration that they stick around by 5. So, and yeah, it's just, yeah, you'll see. You'll see. I'll just start playing in a minute. You'll see. So the other thing to note as well, remember I was touched upon gilded boots? We currently have 32 shield. The way that shields work is just ridiculous. I think per hit you take, regardless of source, takes 1 shield off of you. Or there is some sort of damage reduction multiplier going, or damage reduction modifier going on, which basically means that once you get to about 100, 150 shields, you can just sit there and take damage knowing that it'll recharge. And worst case scenario, you get down to your health where you just run away until your shields come back. Very easy. So... what? We haven't got the ability to smush yet. Okay, we'll have to keep gunning it then for now. Come on now. Oh, I'll tell you what I haven't turned on. Hang on. Put my little IR caster on. There we go. That should be better. Lovely. Okay, so, same again. See all these totems and see this line. Till I cross that line, level doesn't begin. I don't have to worry about the yellow ones, but I'm going to shoot them anyway. And I know I don't need to worry about the ones back there because they're technically outside of the level when the level begins. But let's destroy all the ones that we can see, because it just makes the level a bit fucking easier. And let's grab the keys up as well. Blue we like. These ones can be a bit tricky, you have to jump. That might be gold, could be bronze. No idea. To be fair, if it's not bronze, if it's not blue, and it's not green, I've just started unlocking things with silver. Because the amount of times that I've got, and not because Silver Tongue Devil, the amount of times I've gone, that's gold, that's definitely gold, that's gold all day. No, it's bronze. Every single fucking time. So I just think, sod it, I'll just go silver then. And yes, also because Silver Tongue Devil, probably. Right, so, I don't know what that is. Does anybody? I don't know. Anyway. Well, I would say watch the stream. Oh, is your DLC still not working? Interesting. Hopefully they get on top of that. I am hoping to get some bits and pieces out of the devs in regards to that. So even I think that DLC is a little bit pricey for the camos that it gives. Like, it gives camo for the PM. I mean, I know that you have the PM at the start, but it's the first weapon that you get, and then you get rid of it very quickly. Who upgrades the PM? But anyway, right, so with these totem levels, you have to destroy the totems before the level ends. What we want to do in this scenario, because we haven't got very good magic, but we still want to be getting those style points, is we want to destroy 2 of them and leave the 3rd hanging so that we can rack up some style points. And we do that.
Stop the flow of demons.
The reason why I destroy 2 of them quickly, is so that we can if we get in trouble, we can end the level quickly. And you'll note again how, so we'll be able to do a lot better on style this time round. I mean, the fact that we've got unlimited time. Oh, we kept our combo there, which was nice. Or, well, not so much unlimited time, but unlimited enemies. The only thing we need to be concerned about now is mana amounts, so that we can reload. So, see, we're up to 4,050 for 1 enemy headshot, 4,200 odd. Let's try and get this one before combo goes. 4,700. Have a headshot on you. 5,000 odd. 5,550. Something or other. Another 2,000 odd there. And we're almost at the point now where we don't... Oh, we lost combo there. Because I didn't get that headshot. I'll just get a bit more to make sure that I'm at maximum. Hello! We're gonna have to... It's always best as well to make sure your mana's back up. And then let's try that again, shall we, lads? Thank you, Radius. Sorry, it is quite loud, and this is reasonably intense, and I'm not quite as good at this game as I am with others, so the whole autopilot talking isn't quite as good as IDU. Yet. There's still time. Boing. Hello, Scottish. How we doing, mate? So, out of mana. Boo. And reload. And flip. And... no. Right, couple more. And we should have enough. So I would say we've now got maximum style points. You can keep the combo going just this way. Oops. And let's end that there. Ah, well. Couldn't finish it the way that I wanted to. Another interesting thing as well. Oh yeah, we got blood magic now. Why am I even bothering doing that? Another interesting thing is per totem that you destroy creates a blood crystal. Or 2. Which means blood magic. Which I didn't even show off. Or I was supposed to. But yeah, we'll do that next. So that was to give you an idea of the way to play the totem side of things. Change one thing. World hunger. I'd change that to not. I assume that's what you were getting at, right, Onyx? One thing on this game, I'd increase these garbage-looking, ugly background textures. But, again, the more I play this game, the more it's growing on me. I still don't think it's very good. I think this is, like, 2020 looking sort of shit in the background. But I'm hoping... I'll be honest, I've had a lot of shit on screen in this game, and a lot of things going, and very little slowdown. So, yeah. It's not too bad. Alright, let's get all of these sorted. But yeah, so I'd turn World Hunger off, or I would sort the textures out, which I don't know which one you were getting at, Onyx. One of the two. One of the two. But I mean, you know, obviously textures. It takes priority. This is definitely green. I changed the colours. Look, see, that could be green, but it's not. It's probably bronze. That's definitely blue. So we'll pop that there. That can go straight in. Is this another green? No, but it could be. That is emerald. Definitely. Definitely. Let's take that one off of there so it doesn't drop off the back. Lots more money. Decent level of blood. Decent level of unholy. Now, we should start getting some blood magic upgrades. Now, here is the kicker. Paid violence. Get 40% more loot when dismembering enemies. Dismembering is all that horror that we can cast knows how to do. And you can get this up to a ridiculous amount so that you're earning even more gold. What does gold do for us at the moment? Increases our shields. Just makes us freaking invincible. Paid violence. And then the other one. Hello, weebs. The other one that we want to concentrate on is Red Valentine. 2 Red Valentines combo into making the horror last, I think it's like 40, then 60, then 100% longer, which then means that you just have multiple going around doing your bidding. So you just go Red Valentine all day. Now, I think, again, you see all those keys that we did have, and I had a key in my hand? If you put keys into a chest and it opens and the keys disappear, you are done. There are no more chests, so you don't have to go hunting through the level just in case there's more. Now, let's also have a look at... When I've stopped telling you about all the good stuff that I've found in this, and I've started just going into autopilot and blood magic, I will talk all about Dungeons of Eternity because I'm really excited about that game. Anyway, and that is a bonus stream with the Mighty Beanie tomorrow. So, I reckon we got at least 30,000 style points. We got 53,000. Perfect. That means it will get 2,250 cash and 75 souls. That is the maximum that you can take from a level. Remember what I said about things like this, things that increase not so much life, but especially if you've got shields, but mana and damage are priorities because they're rare. They're more rare than the weapon ones, unless you're really struggling. Like, you only get the smush at level 2 of magic. So if you are at level 1, you can't combine. We don't have that problem because we've got blood magic. There you go. Hello, K2. Oh, you just... Right. The fun is about to begin, because now I'm going to remember that I've actually got blood magic. So, maximum money, we just got then. The other thing to note with when you are playing a build where money converts to shields is that you cannot then spend that money. Because if you spend that money, then you're not getting shields. So basically, if you are running this setup, you don't go to the shop, or you buy very little from the shop. So another thing that you can do as well, you can make use of these little gribblies for comboing. If you have lightning at level 2, you can electrocute them for fucking ages, and you can get quite a massive combo off of them just sat there. The further you are away with double this and then and that, the further you are away, the more damage it will do to them. They, along with totems though, are another thing that are worth taking out, because they will also shoot shite at you. We don't need to worry too much. However, what I might do is we'll take one and we'll smush it. And then we'll have his blood crystals, and we'll start the level with a couple of these bad boys. Come on now. Ah! Oh, I haven't got fire, that's why. That's one. Keep forgetting I've not got fire. That's two. And that's basically job done now. But I'll try and get some more. Keep forgetting I've not got fire. And they'll just tear through the level for me. And then blood begets blood because they mangle things. And when they mangle things, the mangled things drop the blood crystals. So at the moment, it's about smushing things into the floor and just casting one more of these. And they'll just go and do their thing. These aren't amazing enemies for them. We haven't got a lot of time on them at the moment, but it is only early doors. Give them time, they grow. But you can see that they're doing the job for me, and they're also mangling things quite quickly. These enemies are a bit rubbish because they don't drop much in the ways of blood crystals. But we are getting dismemberments, and those dismemberments are what get us additional cash. Now, although we won't probably do very well on the style side of things, we should do all right on the fact that we've been just been collecting souls and cash right now. Yes, I'm excited for Q3 because I've seen how Dungeons of Eternity looks on the Quest 3. Now, don't get me wrong, it looks fantastic on the Quest 2. It really does, and it plays. It's one of those games where it's like everything about it is just buttery smooth. The melee combat is great. The bow is almost there. We're not IDU levels, but it's pretty good. I mean, me and Beanie can hit stuff quite without doing an awful lot. So, yeah. Oh, well, maybe I should qualify that with I can hit stuff with my lack of natural talent. I can hit stuff fairly readily in that game. The crossbow, for those of you who are crossbow lovers and have taken to heart my machine gun tactics with the crossbow, yep, you have to slow it down a little bit. Not yet, K2. But yeah, you can use crossbow left hand, and then you can kind of do the machine gun thing. One of the things that they have quite cleverly done is they've given, because the crossbow is quite powerful, they've given it a little bit of kick. So when you reload, it kicks before it settles back to where it was again. So you can get a good rate of fire going, but you can't go too fast. You can't go to the level of what we do, or what I do, or what you guys do as well on IDU. We haven't got any of the bits and pieces that I really want there, so I'll always try and reduce mana consumption. Paid violence, that's what we want. And then again, none of these are really that great for what I'm trying to do, but we'll go for vampirism because it gives us our health back. Red Valentine is what we want. And then forbidden knowledge, deeper understanding of evil hosts, allows it to linger for 40% longer. We are now broken, and that's only going to get worse. Yes, me and Beanie are going to be streaming that from 6 PM until we have to come off, because Beanie's battery will fail well before mine does. I should be able to just carry on going. And what I'm tempted to do as well, when Beanie has to sign off, because he'll have to sign off before I do, if any of you guys have picked it up at that point, I'll probably quite happily play with you. And it's the thing that I really like about dungeons is, as long as you're on each other's friends list, and if I go into a dungeon, you can just see me on a list and press a button and you're in. You're just in. And if that person is in a game or running a dungeon, you go into their lobby and then you can just sort out all of your stuff. So there's no downtime, there's no waiting about, or if there is, you've got things that you can be getting on with and you can do. Hell, you could go off into the training room and practice your aim on the training bits and pieces that are in there, or you could do the tutorial technically from the hub, or you can fabricate new weapons or equip yourself and do all your cosmetic, but you can do all your work basically whilst waiting for people to finish their games if they're not already waiting for you. Or you can have a sit down and a little drink in front of a fire, whatever takes your fancy. But yeah, I'm very excited about that game. I've got so much to show you. I was playing it a little bit later on today. I've stopped now because there's no point. Garbage style kill bonus, that's only half the amount of money that we should be getting from this, but we're now getting a lot of money from dismemberment. This'll help. Now, another thing to note, and I think I mentioned it last time, the thing that you pick, the thing that you pick, I'm trying to get it to point, the thing that you pick determines what you get next. So for instance, if I take fire magic, elimination will be the next match that I have. If I take this one, I don't know, but there is a chance that you can get what was it called? No, not trove. There's one on this where it's just basically a treasure maze, and I think you can only get it when you see this, but there's only a chance of it happening. And with ice, elimination. So if you know that like elimination you can handle because it's only 20 enemies, then it's a good idea to go for the things that are associated with that. But if you want a chance at getting specific things, the other thing to note as well is there are map modifiers on this game, and depending on which one of these you pick can change what map modifiers are on the outside, which I'll try and cover a little bit later. There are some nasty ass map modifiers on this game. Of course, talking about the floor is lava, I fucking hate the floor is lava in this game. It's just really annoying. Anyway, so on with player stat wise, we are now at 83 shields. At normal, we're pretty much unstoppable now, unless I stand still and just decide to block everything with my face for about 20 minutes. It really is that powerful. Next stage. And sorry, whilst I was tirading, there's probably some questions I need to answer. Yes, I'm very excited for Quest 3. The trigger... Yeah, sorry, K2, I started saying about that. The trigger is not the bow pull. At the moment, it is grip. The one thing that is very cool about the game, and I didn't know if I was going to like it or not, but I really fucking like it because it makes you feel proper bowman-like. You have to reach over your back to grab your arrows. Now, I know that sounds like a bit of a pain in the ass, but it is actually really good. It regulates your... You basically just get into a new action of... Vault, thank you. Cheers. Welcome, Grison. Good timing. Thank you very much. I have learnt so much about so many different games at the moment. They're all starting to fucking blur into one. Well done, Grison. Welcome, Grison. Great timing, Grison. Yeah, he's quite right. The vault is the one that you're after. If you get the vault, that's where you can get additional blessings if you play your cards right and explore it. It's like a bit of a corridory maze with encounters. You can get so much from a vault. It's ridiculous, but I think it's quite a rare chance to get it. So, what was I talking about? Trigger. So, I have asked them, and I'm chatting with the devs now, and I have said, look, I love this game. I know a lot of IDUers, because they know what In Death Unchained is as well, and if they didn't, they do fucking do now. There are a lot of In Death Unchained that are going to be coming to this game, and they are going to complain if it's just grip, because I'm complaining that it's just grip. I have asked for a toggle. They've said that's easy to implement. So, there you go. Hopefully. Likelihood is... we should have it on launch. If we don't have it on launch, we'll just complain until we do get it, just like we did on Primal Hunt. Shame Primal Hunt didn't get fucking co-op, though, isn't it? Right, on this level, I've had some problems with these totems in this particular house. So shoot them and grab them. Don't let them go into that wooden bit of floor, because more often than not, they drop to a point where you can't get hold of them, which is really fucking annoying. So... that's probably silver. That's definitely a sapphire. That's definitely a blue. So blues we want, they're only trumped by jades. Now, did we get... No, can't smush yet. I was going to electrocute that thing to show you how much style you can get off of it. Right then. Have we got... I ain't got the ability to smush anything at the moment. Right, okay, so... kill an enemy, cast blood. And the blood should stick around. Which one? Okay. This isn't ideal. Or blood magic isn't ideal, but as I said, once it gets going... let's just get one of these killed. And then we'll smash him into the floor. That was an accidental button press for I do not use slow time. And then we'll... and then that should do the rest. And we just basically do this. Smush. Smush. Blood magic. Zap. Smush. If you don't get it high enough, you have to smush twice. And then blood magic, and then off we go. And there you go. I'm not even being shot at. They're just going off and doing their thing. Now, another thing that's great about this blood magic is you'll see that when I smush, I get cash for that now, because that counts as a dismemberment. And again, that only gets worse. It's a shame we haven't got lightning. Lads, there's one over here. Look. Smush him. Okay, I smushed him. So, let's get those jade keys together, because there's one. I always make a point of jamming jade keys in straight away so that I don't lose them. There's a body to smush. Again, it's about height and violence of the drop as well, as to whether you smush or not. But as I said, blood magic, you get gold for doing that once you have got... line. I can never remember the names, there's so many. Once you have got that one, paid violence. Once you have paid violence, smashing anybody to smithereens will get you cash. I think that one gets you cash. Does it drop through the level? No, maybe not those then. But every other body does. The only problem that I have had with blood magic is things die so rapidly and so quickly that bodies have to disappear so that the game can keep up with what you're doing, which then means less bodies to smush, unfortunately. Right, we need keys. That's a box. So yeah, I'm very hopeful that the devs on Dungeons will sort us out. And then the other thing to note as well is, if anybody has got any reservations about that game, just hold fire. Watch me and Beanie play it tomorrow. I think you will find it's very, very good. One of the things that we're hoping to do, this is good for us and our style. I'll show you how in a minute. Quick trigger. This is one of the things that makes pistol at higher levels amazing. Fires an extra bullet when the trigger is pulled. Increases the firepower, the fire rate ridiculously. Oh, this I haven't had. Manually reloading the gun restores 20% of its durability. Nah, well, yeah, fine, but I don't run manual reload. I ain't got time for that. I got time for manual reloads. I do that on other games, not games where I've got magic. Don't be silly. Right. Was that all the chests? I think it was, because the keys have disappeared. If anybody's wondering how I'm doing the whole moving around in the air thing, that's air dash, and you can put that on. I think it's off by default. I would highly recommend that you put it on, because it allows you to travel very fast at the expense of mana, but you can use your mana to escape nearly any situation that's going, which is very good. Now, this is one way to get additional style points without actually having to style. 37 times 1,000 points. Now that's not a lot, but that's 30 of those and you've got maximum style points. If I'd have been a little bit further away and electrocuted that, and if you purposely keep the lightning damage low, you can get loads of style points just off of electrocuting the bugs in the level, which, as long as you do that before you go and touch the stone hand, then you are golden. All the little exploits. Sorry, Weebs. I was chatting away. Here we keep more bodies on screen. Smash, hopefully so. I mean, to be fair, I've had 11 of those things just warping around the level, and bodies disappear quite quickly on this already anyway. But when you've got 11, you don't really need any more bodies at that point. You really don't. So, oh, is that a... Oh, I thought that was a body. No, it's just a mess. Someone's left a mess there. But yeah, I just... it's so good. It's so good. And you'll see... It's probably better on higher difficulties because enemies have more HP, which then in turn means that they take more hits before they die, which gives you a bigger multiplier, which, yeah, it just gets silly. But yeah, so as I said with the style points as well, I'm pretty certain that the way that the comboing works on this is very similar to the executioner bonus, but it's you need to kill something every 5 seconds. Not like, yeah, similar to the executioner bonus in that small regard is you have to kill things continuously. So yeah, more like Siege of Heaven, but obviously slow motion helps with those timers. Flipping upside down, that gives you slow motion by default when you play the game. So flipping upside down and having this, and the reason why I do a lot of this is it's slow motion, but it doesn't cost you as much mana. So I don't think you get extra style for being upside down, although that would explain why it goes times 4 times 8, so maybe it is. Anyway, let's see how we did on style. That's rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. And you can see rewards-wise, we got rubbish because of it. Now, we might be better off pushing into this for now. Yeah, I do want to get the flame vortex unlocked. Now, blood magic will make absolute mincemeat of most of the bosses. Even though we're not doing so well on the style there, you'll see that we're now up to 105 shields. I don't know if anybody's paying attention. I know it's probably... you can probably see the bar at the bottom of the screen better than I can. I don't think we've lost more than half of our shield yet, and we've actually taken a fair old amount of damage. Shield saves you big time in this game. Massively. Yeah. Not a million miles away, actually, Weebs. Not a million miles away. Right, so, boss time. Easiest way to do this, boss? We'll force it. We also want to get maximum number of style points. We do that by casting a lot of blood things. When you play on any difficulty past normal, the boss order is randomized. Thankfully, on normal, we just get the nice easy boss first. The middle boss is the harder one. I'm literally going to fire fireballs off so that I can kill things. It's also doing a fair amount of damage to the boss as well, even though he's got his shield. And we just basically want to be getting these and letting them go. And they'll pretty much just go and do work for us. This is the only bind at the moment. Oh, come on. Is we haven't got many of them out there and they don't stay for very long.
The balance almost tipped for a moment there, but you pulled it back, Hellsweeper.
There you go. It's the first time that I've played normal in quite a while. I forgot just quite how quickly blood magic can destroy them. So there is probably a good idea if you're playing normal with blood magic, because that's not about its level either. That's just about how good that thing is. I haven't increased the damage of these things at all yet, but 3 of those just absolutely wiped the boss's ass and didn't even take his shield off. That's quite silly. The problem with that is we've killed everything too quickly, and we probably didn't get an awful lot in the ways of style points, which means that we're missing out on cash and souls, which is then also kind of missing us out on level ups. But you'll be happy to know there's a way that we can make all of that back up later. So 10,000, that's not 30,000, and so rewards wise are not as good. Now hopefully this blessing will be something along the lines of convert health to magic and shields. We'll go for that because extra jumps is always good. So I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but I suppose it's not a spoiler. I won't go into details with them, but some of these blessings later on are very cool. This one allows you to switch up what you have in your different hands, so you can then make your own combos. You can have a sword in one hand and a pistol in the other with just one gesture, as opposed to this for gun and this for sword, and then wielding them together they become a cast. I don't use that though, so I'll go for maximum number of jumps. That's really good if you're doing the whole upside down thing, because you can take 3 leaps in slow motion before you have to land, which is very good.
A Hellsweeper returned from a successful sweep. A vine recognizes your efforts.
Now, one of the other things to note as well, if you see that you have got a skill gained and a level up here, because you see most of mine are with weapons max level is 10 and with magic max level is 8. I don't know about supports yet because I haven't got any of the supports up to maximum level. If any of these have a box round them and an arrow above, that means that they are ready to level up. If you've got a decent amount of cash, go rest of the hall and go and level them up, because whilst they are waiting for a level up, they will not gain any more experience. And if you've got the cash to level them up, do so, because then you're being efficient. If you leave them with the little box and at maximum experience, well, the experience doesn't overflow into the next level. It just starts from basic. So always go back if you've got the money to be able to upgrade. I do sometimes, yeah. Did I not for this one? I thought I'd put some links in for the game. Maybe not. I put links in for the 25% offers and bits and pieces like that usually. I also put them in the comments as well. So talking about what we were talking about as far as the lightning. Let me try and get as far away from this one as possible. Yeah, that was rubbish. See, thing is though, I do forget that things are dying a lot quicker on normal. On higher difficulties, they have a lot more health, and so you can electrocute them for ages, which really adds to your style score. Now, we should be alright on this level, because it's survival, which just means get blood things out there, they do the killing, jobs are good. Again, we take out these totems whilst the going's good, so that they're not doing any damage to us. There does like to be one up there from time to time. Is there any of those blood things? No, there's not. Right, we want to be getting a quick kill.
Tick-tock. The clock is
I also
running.
like to supplement the blood magic with the fireball magic as well. The damage from the fireball one comes from it hitting an object and exploding. And we want it to do that because it's the exploding that gibbs enemies. And it's the gibbing of enemies is how we get the blood crystals, which we can then throw out. That is part of the annoyance of blood magic, is the enemies can destroy the crystals when they are in your hand. But it has to have some sort of drawback, because otherwise it would just be too powerful. Now, you may see here that I'm taking a lot of damage, but we shouldn't be in any danger because of the fact that we've got so much in the ways of shields. It doesn't really matter. And then we got our blood stuff going out and doing the job for us as well. Really not being given a lot of crystals tonight. I don't know if anyone's keeping an eye on my shield, but I don't think it's gone below half. And I've been taking a hell of a lot of damage. There we go. That should have gotten us a decent amount of coin. I seem to have a knife in my hand. It should have gotten us a decent amount of style. We need to go around and smush all of these. Come. Come on now. There we go. More gold. Because we like to the min-max. Because more gold means more shields. And as you've probably already seen, let's see if we can lighten this one. They're dying straight away. Normally you get at least like 30 or 40 times out of them. Maybe we've got a damage upgrade that I didn't notice. It's all free money, baby. There's a couple of emeralds there. Lovely. You also didn't need to wait for cash to come to you. The moment that cash and souls drop out of things, they are teleported to you. Even if it looks like they've fallen off of the level, you do get them. Now, the shop we don't really want, because that involves spending money and lowering our shields. However, we've got so much shield, it's ridiculous. £1 cheaper on the PICO. I would probably... Well, yeah, I would probably... Because that's the other thing as well, is I've got this on the PICO. I haven't got it on the Quest. If you're getting a Quest 3, I'd... Quest 3 isn't going to be that much more powerful than a PICO. But there might be a difference on Hellsweeper, and it might make it look a little bit better visually. So, yeah, it depends. I suppose... Get it on what you find on your face the most, I guess. Know then that the vast majority of the giveaways that I'm going to be doing are still going to be quest orientated, because I don't get a lot of game keys from PICO, because our PICO audience isn't massive at the moment. So I'd probably say get it on PICO in the hope of winning it off me in the future on Quest. Would probably be best, but then the Quest 3 is coming along soon, and you know, I do complain about the graphics of this game and the background images. As I said though, the more I have played this game and the more I've gotten into it, the less of an issue it is. Plus, I always bang on about, I don't need graphics, it's all about gameplay. Well, I've got to kind of swallow and live by those words, so I can't really complain too much, because this oozes gameplay. Absolutely oozes gameplay. If you're a min-maxer, or you like your humble pie and you like showing off, if you like your guns, if you like your melee, if you like your magic, this game's got it all. And I think, like, Sairento was great, but this has more direction for me than Sairento, so you feel like you know what you need to be doing, whereas with Sairento, there was a lot of options and a lot of things that you could do and never really any reason to do it, because you got everything quite quickly. So, there you go. That's the style that we want. Over 30,000 to get maximum rewards. We've got that. We don't want to be leveling it up. We do want to be leveling that up, so let's go with Revolver. And there's a chance that we might get Zivolt. I like to always go compact magazine, just because I like to being able to shoot more before having to reload. We have got a shop up next. I will only make purchases of cheap things. However, with normal, it's not going to make too much odds, if I'm honest. Especially with the fact that we've got shields. So let's just... So, on that level, I took quite a lot of hits and quite a lot of damage, and I don't think my shields went below half. And now they're higher by a factor of, what, 10, 15? And when you get basically to 200 shields, you can just face tank bosses. Like it isn't no thing. You can just sit on Sin, which is the end boss of the game, and he can't really do anything to you, which is great. The only problem with this game is you have to get up to the levels before you can become this powerful, and as Vaughn and John have found, the leveling on this game can be incredibly slow. But if you make sure you are making lots of money and lots of souls, you can speed things up. Now, I always want extra mana. 1,000, and like, you know, I'm used to these being in the 10,000 region. This is nothing. So I'm definitely taking that. Paid violence, that's what we're here for. And these ones, again, I don't really care too much for. Now, what we will do is we'll have a quick reshuffle and see if there's anything good. There's another unholy. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to save that, and I'll show you why. Once you have at least an unlock on a thing, you can go onto it and you can pay to change it to any other. Now, there is one in specifics that I want. Blood conversion. Convert limbs into blood balls when charged instead of ripping them apart. Sacrifice the limb's original ability. This is the other thing with blood as well, is you can use enemies' limbs and you can use the abilities from their swords with blood magic. Oh, sorry, with unholy magic. Again, I don't even bother, because just that forbidden thing is just too good. So I'm going to take that, and then you can also go into the forge. Wrong one. You can also go into the forge on various abilities. We need to find our blood magic. You have to go on to skills to get to the things that are not equipped. Onto your blood magic, and again, we can now change these skills. This all costs money, by the way, but that's cheap as chips. I'll change that to a red Valentine. I'll change that to a red Valentine. I'll then buy this one. That then gives me an unholy skill. We'll just, reduce that. And then it gives me another red Valentine. And because I have two, I can get more forbidden knowledge. So we'll forge that for free now. And now we've got two, which means that they will stay around for double the amount of time they normally do. We can also now go back to our loadout, go on to our unholy, and we can change this to more paid violence. Doesn't cost very much, and it's just going to make us more money. So we're now getting 100% more loot when dismembering enemies, which is all those... I must find out what they're actually called. I just call them my minions. Yeah, PICO is definitely the boy for PC VR. I'm interested to see if the Quest 3 is going to be any better. So, let's have a look. What do they call them? Forbidden Knowledge. Evil Host, that was it. I don't think that's a very good name. Evil host. Blood Ball. Blood Ball. Right, so we don't want to be buying too much because we don't want to affect our cash too much. Although we've got a massive amount of shields, like over 100 on normal is enough that you can pretty much face tank everything. Bar the second boss, he can still do you over. But you just need to keep an eye on your shields and then move. I also need to show you guys another thing. Hey, we got a trove. Right, I also need to show you guys another thing as well. Now, this is very important if you are going to follow some of the advice that I've given so far on the stream. If you save and return to hall, which you can do at any time, to then say go and spend your money on upgrading skills or just having a rest or any bits and pieces like that, when you return to the game, your shields will be back to 0 until you have either, I think, we'll test. Continue run. We'll go straight back in because I haven't got anything to upgrade. And we're still on Trove. Now, you'll see my shields are at nothing. And if I remember rightly, they will stay at nothing until I either start the level or collect some cash. I think it's you have to collect some cash. So as long as you've got one of those, we've then got some money, because you get the money before it actually zips onto you. And now you will see that our shield is recharged. I've died multiple times because I did not know this. Q3 potentially should be a Wi-Fi 6E. I don't know. I've only just sorted out my stuff for Wi-Fi, or, well, when I got the Quest 2, I sorted my stuff out for Wi-Fi 6. Is 6E 1 up again? Because I know Wi-Fi 6 isn't like a new thing, it's just another protocol that uses the best elements of 2.5 and 5G, as I understand it. But yeah, know this about shields. If you leave and come back, you have to pick some cash up before your shields come back, and then you have to wait for them to recharge. As I said, there's been plenty of times where I've thought, oh yeah, I can just go out there and face tank everything, and I've actually started with no shields, and you get destroyed very fucking quickly when you think you have got shields. So, as you can see, I'm probably going to be doing a tips in 30 ticks on this game, because there's just so much information and so many things about this game to know, and it's, yeah, I can only do, well, yeah, I can only remember how much I've said within live streams. Now, as far as troves are concerned, first and foremost, you do get more rewards on a trove by playing match the colour, okay? So that green needs to go on the green pedestal. That white needs to go on the white pedestal, and we need a yellow for the yellow pedestal. If you get all the colours correct, you get more cash and 2 rewards. If you get any of the colours wrong, you get less cash and only 1 reward. Again, these are very important things. The other thing to note here is, although I'm going to destroy these, I'm going to try and do it in such a manner where I'm not destroying ones where they could drop off the level. I think that's all of them anyway. So what we're going to do here, we're going to take our white and green, and we're going to try and complete this as fast as physically possible. Oh, that was a white, that's fine. So we've got a white over there, so green for green, white for white, white for white. Now, if you do get into a bit of a tiz and a panic with this thing, which is quite easy to do when you're looking around for these bloody totems, trying to find the last colour, and it's not giving you the colour you need, you might end up getting it wrong, or putting the wrong colour in, or pick it, or not completing it. Rest assured, if I'd have done any of those things, you can go onto the menu, save and return to hall, and it will put you back at the start of the trove as if nothing ever happened, and you can try again. It'll still be, I think it'll always be the same level, but it might be a different color code, or it might be less or more altars. There can only be a maximum of 5, but as you can see here, we've got quite a lot of cash, and we got 2 rewards as opposed to 1. You only get 1 and less cash if you get the colours wrong. Barrel extension is very much my favourite gun thing, because it makes the gun stupidly, ridiculously long, and it does 50% more damage, which just makes it awesome. And then Frost Magic, yeah. Although that is quite good, cracking under pressure. Mega Laser will curve to hit enemies, increase damage by 200%. I've never had that before. I do like Mega Lasers. Conjure an additional Haze Serpent. That's fantastic for Haze Magic. And charging the charge rail longer will increase its damage. Ooh, that one I didn't know about. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, so it isn't, it's just like what 6 is. It's nothing new, it's just better protocols on what is already existing, as I understand it. Because 6 is just some voodoo magic between 2.4 and 5. It's all the best parts of 2.4 and 5. It's using those two signals, but I don't know, I'm not a computer whiz in those terms. But yeah, it's not like... It's not like it's new, like brand new. It's not like 2.4 is different to 5 and 6 is different. 6 is just a combination of protocols from 2.4 and 5, as I understand it. I might be wrong, I don't know. So Haze Magic now, which is lightning plus fire, now casts 2 of these, which doubles the output of damage, which makes that ridiculously powerful. One of the other things that I found, which I think Von, if she's still here, will like, is that you can make this magic, where you basically fly around on a disc, knocking into things. You can make this heal your friendlies and allies, which is basically means you can be a mobile healer whilst putting out damage. And also we've got the ability to charge that more as well. And I think it said something about laser magic as well. These, again, some of these abilities are new to me because I've been leveling up loads. Yeah, apparently we can bend that beam like Beckham now, which is quite cool. So, there's still another chest, hence why the keys are still on the level. Oh, there's still another 2 chests. Yeah, I've been talking too much. Who would have thought? Right. Emerald. Let's get that one sorted. Lovely. What you giving us? Yeah, fair enough. One of the... I didn't think you'd brought all of that from memory, to be honest with you, Weaves. I mean, you're a clever guy, but not that book smart. So, as far as these are concerned, when you get to a certain level with this, blood magic is really good, but it can be a bit finicky to use. Fire magic is just tops with that massive fireball. And later on, you get an ability where the fireballs, little sparks that come off of it, do more damage. That is an amazing skill. It's like it puts it up by like 40%, then it goes up to 56, then it goes up to like 80 odd, and that does loads of damage already. And then you can just make it do even more, and it just becomes ridiculous. To the point where you can probably go without blood magic. I haven't really given blood magic a good show off yet, but I will do. We're getting to the point now where it's going to become very powerful. So, there's another one. So, does this look like your sort of game, Weeps? Because I would have thought being upside down is not for you, but I don't know. Do you like being upside down in games? I don't know. I've never asked. To be fair, Weeps, it's never come up, has it? So, oh, more blood magic. Lovely. So another that +2 is how many abilities will be tagged onto the thing that you are picking up. We don't need any of this, but let's increase. It doesn't even matter. Yeah, none of that matters. That we want paid violence, and then we'll change the other one over to more paid violence. None of these matter to us either. We want more forbidden knowledge. None of these are any good, but does any do more damage? They don't count as spell balls. They're not... Infusions is when you match one magic to a particular weapon. Spell balls will fly in a straight line. They're not classed as spell balls. Those are the things that are in your hand. So none of this really affects the thing that we're doing. So we'll just change it over later. It doesn't matter. I'll just go for that one. And that's what we want. And then that goes into more forbidden knowledge, and now our things are round for about 144% longer, which just basically means they come on and they stay on, and they don't go. Right, battery change. There we go. There. And that's, we can tell now that that is all of the chests. Because the totems are not dropping keys anymore. We'll just have one little last scan around. We came from there and there wasn't any totems left. Always check around the corners, around the sides as well. They're not worth much, but it all builds up. And when you are relying on shields, as much as you can do in this game, every bit of cash helps. So even though we spent loads earlier, we're now back up to 1, 2, 3. We're like nigh on invincible again. The only thing at this point that is capable of taking us down is the second boss. And that's because he's just a prick. Savagery is a prick. So, wave of enemies. No, it's the thing is, Weebs, playing it that way not only feels cool as fuck, but it is in slow motion, so you should be just fine. It's when it rights you and takes you out of slow motion, where if you don't have your VR legs, but you've been playing VR for ages, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. But yeah, it's very cool. But then the thing is as well, you don't have, the reason why I do slow motion and do it upside down is, I think it increases the amount of style you get per shot. I'm pretty sure it does. But even if it doesn't, it saves me having to press a button for slow motion. Now I need to take this off. There we go. But yeah, you literally just press a button and then it drains your mana and puts you into slow time. Right, that's no good to us. Let's kill them totems so that we don't have any nasty surprises. Be careful of ones like that where it's quite close to an edge, because you can lose the key, basically. And it might be better to take the potential of them turning into a nasty totem than lose the key, because we've got 2 chests here, and between these 2 chests we're going to need 6 keys, and that might be a bit of an ask if we keep dropping them into the abyss. So for this level I like to stay up here and just cast fireballs forward and backward. And then back again. There's some blood. Have one of these. Oh yeah, we've got the ability to grab limbs, so now we can grab limbs, take that to our hand, smush his head, and we can cast more. So we don't even need blood. We don't even need blood crystals anymore. Blood crystals will still work. Limbs are actually better because they're just faster to cast. Like, what do you want, Henry? The leg of the wing? I will have... Oh, that's just blood crystals. Get this out of the way. Ooh, head. As you can see, my boys are just off having a great time. Just going around the level, just killing everything. It's just like fucking lawnmowers. Over there, boys. That's good. Good, lads. Good one, evil thing. And then, of course, whilst they're doing all of that, it's like having the dog, but like 10 times more powerful. Look at this shit. And I've had, when you've got the max, it's the duration that's a problem, because when you get the ability to convert limbs into blood magic, casting isn't a problem. It's the amount of time that they spend looking around. When I've had it on maximum, I've had about 11 of those, just going around the level, just fucking mangling everything. So good. So good. And the thing is, although it's incredibly powerful, it feels rewarding to be grabbing things off of the floor and then quickly casting and then smushing together and sending them off. And it may look like I'm on autopilot, but that's because I've been playing this fucking ages and I've got reasonably good at the hand gestures. So, right, let's make sure we smush. Smush. That's a meaty arm, isn't it? You don't get anything for limbs, but bodies, yeah, they smush good. We'll try and stay away from... I think we did enough to get maximum style points, but there was only about 40 enemies on that. Now, we are going to need every key here to be able to open all of those chests. We're not really going to be able to afford to be picky because there's 6 locks. We will be a bit picky because we obviously want to make sure that the best keys are in first, and then we'll just put the rest in. But this is why it's important to go around and find all of them first and pile them up. Like, for instance, I'm pretty sure we're not going to get much better than that, but I'll still pop it on top just to save a little bit of time and energy, because those of you who watch me regularly will know that my memory is not amazing, so I'm not going to remember where half of these keys have dropped or are, so I usually go and plant them in things well beyond. The only exception to that rule is if it's a jade. Put those straight in, you're not going to get any better. I'll pop that on top though, just in case we get another jade. It is worth taking the time to do this. Again, not just because you'll get potentially better and multiple level rewards as far as the items are concerned, or the weaponry is concerned, but in addition to that as well, you get more money and more souls. And then going back to that whole shields are really good, and we're earning shields because of money. Always, if you put them on top, take that one off, because it will just fall off the back and that would go into the abyss and we lose that key. So there you go. Mastery is at 9 at the moment, and we're going to get 2 more onto that, and that's more to do with the key combo than anything else. Now, the other thing, when you get to maximum level of slots, you then have to overwrite skills. I don't want the XP one, we will go for paid violence. And then I don't mind just the paid violence, overwrite and paid violence. But we're now getting 140% more loot when dismembering. We could get it up to 180. However, I really like the ability to smush limbs to get instant blood magic without having to pick up a blood diamond and then crush it, or bloodstone or whatever it is. So more paid violence, and then more red valentine. And then no more red valentine. Let's increase the damage of them a little bit. They're already absolutely shredding through things, but that's the only one that's of any real use. Excuse me. That one was only a +1. Again, if all 3 of those were jades, there's a good chance that they'll both be +2s. It's just better rolls, basically. All of these are kind of garbage. Curved beam. Mega laser will curve to hit enemies. We need to test that. I've never seen that before. That's a new one for me. Keys down there. Lots of keys. Any blues left? Yes, that's blue. That is definitely silver. That is definitely silver. Okay, so what we're going to do... Now, this might sound a bit strange. Knowing the... Oh, it's over here, isn't it? Knowing the order of the keys. But now this is definitely one of the highest ones that we've got left, so that's definitely going in. Silver I'm going to put here. I'll go get the other silver. They're both silver. We only need one of them. So that's basically us at the moment. Don't need that one. And let's go and have a look at the other ones quick. Smush that body. Doesn't have to be into the floor either. You can just throw it into something. That could be bronze or gold. That could be bronze or gold. I think that's bronze. That's definitely silver. Now, this is my only problem with this game, is those both look like one of them could be bronze and one of them can be silver. In my experience, they're both fucking bronze. I don't know why. the colours, and it just, I don't know, and you like hold them in different hands, and it just, the colour system's really shit on this sometimes. You know what the higher level ones look like. That looks like gold, but let's put it in and see if it is, shall we? Nope, that's bronze. Fuck's sake. Which would then make this gold, wouldn't it? But no, that'll be bronze too. So because of that, because of the absolute nightmare between bronze and gold, I just cut it down the middle and always go silver, because silver's easy to identify. And I'd rather have definite silver than the chance, and it doesn't happen very often, of gold. Right. We are getting to the point where we don't want to be taking this, because we could overwrite abilities that we don't want to overwrite. So, for instance, I'm going to have to overwrite one of these with Pack Lunch. Hopefully, I'll then be able to overwrite it with something useful, which I haven't. We'll put that on and hopefully overwrite it later. And, yeah, that's not something we need either. That's something we want. Let us overwrite that one, because it's garbage. And then we can combine two more, so that this is basically staying around. So now our summons are basically staying around forever. They'll last nearly the entire level. And these are all a bit shit. Although Silver Core, I'll do that just for the fact that I get something. Smooth rounds. Nope. Smooth Brain doesn't understand smooth rounds. So now not only have I got an extended barrel, but I've got a bayonet on the end of my pistol as well. So this is very cool at high levels. Your pistols become swords. And they make the swishy noises too. Isn't that great? So you can't stab, well, you can stab people, but it doesn't stick in and then give them the good news. But it's just basically you've got a bit of an emergency slashing weapon as well as firepower. So again, as you can see, especially at the higher levels, this is through leveling up. Leveling up the weapons is what grants you the additional choices, and then comboing those choices are what grants you another abilities on top. Some abilities unlock, others have to be unlocked through you getting the right combination and then unlocking on top of them. And hello, Cynthia. Upside down is wrong. Upside down is not wrong. We're not doing much upside down at the moment, Cynthia. I'll show you what we're doing on this game now. On this game now, we're a blood mage, and we summon these lovelies. So that just basically now goes around the entire level and tears things to shreds, which we make additional money out of as well. And I can just summon them over and over and over again. And yeah, as long as I pick these blood crystals up off the floor, and they'll just float around the level quite happily. They're basically doggo times 10, but I've had up to like 12 of them. You'll see them in action in a minute. We're only playing on normal, and they absolutely shred. Absolutely shred. And it's fucking awesome. Anyway. So. And as you probably just saw as well, we got knives on our gun now as well. Isn't that great? So. Let's get the hell out of here. Are you, Weebs, I don't know if you mentioned, Dungeons of Eternia. Dungeons of Eternity. I think that'll be right up your street. And Cynthia, you should be getting everybody should be getting very excited about Dungeons of Eternia. Eternity. I have no stake on this horse. Like, you know, I'm chatting to the developers because I want a stake on this horse. I have no stake in this horse other than the fact that this is... I try not to be a hype man or like a hype merchant, and I try not to recommend games. As a general rule with myself, if I'm doing sort of like tips and tricks videos about it, then it comes quite highly recommended from me. However, I haven't done any tips and tricks videos on Dungeons of Eternity yet, but me and Beanie have been playing it, and oh my, it's very good. I'm not kidding when I say that I think it is. Look, we're not going to get multiplayer IDU. This is the next best thing. It's not IDU, but it's very good. And it's very cooperative. And if you guys get it, I look forward to playing it with you on my channel. We will definitely be doing some streaming of that game. Once me and Beanie, there are competitions on soon for content creators. There are no competitions. Yes, Dungeons is the one that I'm doing co-op tomorrow night. So there's like content creator competitions, and I asked very nicely, and they said even though you don't identify as a content creator, but you do identify as a video DJ, because it's all about terms these days, isn't it? I'm allowed to compete in there with Beanie as well, because Beanie's a content creator. Let's face it. That's, you know. Hi guys, welcome to the stream. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Is something that I will never say, except on a jokey format. Hence why I am a humble video DJ and not a content creator. But I'm allowed to compete like a content creator. And you better believe if there's a... Competitions is mine and Beanie's bag, and we're not even against each other. I feel sorry for people going up against us. I really, really do. And it's only content creators, and they're usually fucking garbage at games as well, which is great. Vaughn, get me that pie! Almost missed out on the money. But what we're hoping for, so what the developers are putting together is... Hello, Crash! What they are putting together for us is basically a competition where we can win prizes for our communities. So basically, me and Beanie have decided that we're just going to win everything. Look, when was it, like, you've been watching me for quite a while, Cynthia, and I know Weeble has as well. When was the last time I was this excited about a game? That should tell you everything that you need to know. I mean, I like this game, and I am excited about this game, but I'm really excited about Dungeons of Eternity. This one, I feel like I have been playing to death, but I can feel like it's getting to the end now. I feel like I've kind of conquered this game with what I'm doing magic-wise. The only thing that I've got in this game now is playing it in a way that makes it harder for myself. Like, I don't know, using specific weaponry, which, again, would be fun in itself to see if I could do the top levels of difficulty with the shotgun or the rifle. But the problem is, a lot of the weapons in this game are a bit jank. The pistols are really good. Rifle, not so much. Shotgun, not so much. Bow is definitely shoddy in this game. I hope they fix that. But yeah, I do genuinely try not to be a hype merchant. I don't want to push anybody into doing anything. But if I said if there was a game to get when it comes out, it's Dungeons of Eternity. And I think after you see me and Beanie streaming it tomorrow, I hope you'll all see why. It's just really good. Dark and Darker, I was very excited about. And that's part of the reason why I am very... Although Dark and Darker is ridiculously hard. And is going to take a lot longer than I have to get good at it. I'm still trying. I'm still playing it. But I kept saying when I was playing Dark and Darker that I wanted this in VR. Because then I can thrive. Then I can do tips and tricks and show people how to get good at the game. We'll be streaming... Good, excellent question, Crash. Well done, sir, because I haven't actually mentioned this. We will be streaming from 6 PM tomorrow, so earlier than usual time. If the developers even fucking think about releasing that game 1 minute sooner than 6 PM, we'll be streaming it. You better fucking believe it. The moment that game is available to everybody, we're streaming it. Look, right, now, I get excited about all games because I am hopeful. This game I am excited because it's fucking good. As said, I try not to be a hype merchant, but, you know, it's also good to get excited about things, right, peeps? So, but yeah, it looks like it'll be my Dark and Darker. The only in VR, the only thing that it is missing is PvP. Yeah, if you go onto my, you're on my Discord, aren't you, Cynthia? if you go onto my Discord, there is a lovely little 25% discount. You won't get the pre-order bonus if you get the discount. But they'll probably sell those things, or I might be able to organise some giveaways at a later date anyway. I was chatting to Beanie about this, and I'm not bothered about the pre-order bonus. It's some nice looking armour, don't get me wrong, but everyone's going to be wearing it, and I like to be different. I want my armour to show that I've got really far, because it is literally just cosmetic. It does not affect gameplay. But then there's the argument that, you know, cosmetics do affect gameplay because they make you feel cool or bad, whatever. Right.
More of them. Watch your back.
Oh, this is just elimination. Yeah, we might struggle here a little bit. I'll save you for later. Right, let's let them gather on him and rain the fireballs on him. Right, I'm going to need your things, sir. Right, now, enemies should be getting tougher. Let's keep getting these blood things off. They're going to stick around even longer now. That's a shell. That doesn't help us. Doesn't... Oh, that helps us. Off we go. See? Absolute shreds. Oh, here's an arm. Now it's another minion. Off you go. Now, I don't know if you know or not, but these enemies that are getting absolutely fucking wrecked are quite difficult to kill, usually. Hey, don't destroy my crystals, lady. You also see now that we've got lots of them out there, and these enemies are actually starting to take a decent number of hits. They're just absolutely rinsing everything. It's not getting chance to do anything, and we're also getting loads of style points out of it. So we're getting 2,000 style points per enemy, and those are just the ones I can see. Hey, look at that! Look at the boys go! And that's it, level complete. And all I'm doing is picking up blood crystals and converting, and I know it doesn't look like an awful lot of effort, but it's really good. It's really good. Von, you'll be happy to know that you will not be dragged along. I am not going to spoil anything, but we are really going to need your throwing arm in that game at some point. And I'm talking about me and Beanie are really going to need your throwing arm at some point in that game. I think all teams are going to need a good throwing arm in that game, or somebody who has one, because, yeah, what I came up against today was fucking terrifying. But I'm not going to spoil it. This is the other thing with dungeons as well. One of the things that me and... I'll tell you in a minute, hang on. One of the things that me and Beanie have been talking about is basically, look, if we're going to win everybody, just fucking everything, because that's what we want to do. We want to win all of you guys as much as... Like, if it's winnable, we want it. I'm hoping that there's like a quest 3 in there being given away or something along those lines. And if there's not, I'll just put so much effort into it that they have to give me one and Beanie one, and then we can give them away. So, unless Beanie hasn't got one, but he should be able to get one out of Super Bright. I'd be very surprised as their community manager if he can't. I mean, he got his PICO from them, I think, so he might have got that from PICO. But anyway, there's going to be lots and lots of bits and pieces given away. The only way that we're going to be able to make sure that we stay at the top of the leaderboard is constant play and rushing. Now, I don't want to rush the game, not on its first outing. I want to show you guys what you are letting yourself in for. Because, you know, again, I'm getting excited about it, but don't take my word for it. Watch it yourself and see what you think. But I think you'll all fucking love it. That could be gold. It could be bronze. I don't fucking know. Stupid game, it's colour system. And it's not me! Like, that's definitely silver, that's definitely emerald. World hunger or change the fucking key colours, one of the two. Right, let's put that silver one up there and see if we get a better one. And just before anybody asks, again, I'm not going silver because Silver Tongue Devil. I'm going silver because I know. No, that's... Weeps. again, so this is one of the things that I'm very excited about as well. This is a game that is worth putting the time, like the last game that was worth putting the time into, cooperative wise, and was worth playing a lot, was After the Fall, in my opinion. There's been some others, like Demio I love, but you know, any Demio player I think will agree that once you've played across all of the boards 5 or 6 times, that's kind of it. It's like, it's great, and there's new content and there's new characters. I suppose I'm a bit of a weird one with something like Demio. Now, don't get me wrong, Demio is fucking fantastic, and I wish I had more time for it. There just wasn't much reward for me playing it, other than, you know, playing with friends, which was great. But I like shinies and I like unlockables, and it was taking fucking ages. And I looked at that and I was like, so what, I'm going to have to complete the same levels hundreds of times just to be able to, you know, get the cool stuff? So no, you'll be playing with us as well, Cynthia, don't worry. Hey, you won't just be playing with me, you'll be playing with Beanie. Me and Beanie can get anybody through anything on that game, or at least I've got as far as level 15, and I can say that with a little bit of confidence. There's more, lots more. I think you'll be fine, mate, as long as the rate of fire on the bow with DOE, there's a little bit more movement in that you have to draw the arrow from the quiver on your back, but because of that, the rate of fire is a little bit slower. Well, see, this is the other thing as well, is with the lot that I play with, Vaughn and John and a few others, I don't know if anyone else is here, that I try and make a point of playing with on Facebook as much as I can. I haven't been able to recently because I've had the PICO contract, and I've had lots and lots and lots of work and various bits and pieces, and I haven't been playing games for fun anymore. I've been playing games for work. Now, I know, right? Boo-hoo, poor guy gets paid to play computer games. But the thing is, it's very difficult to find the time to do it all. But with, as I said, with me not doing what I was doing for PICO on PICO video anymore, that frees me up. I mean, I've also now then found a load of work with, hopefully with Dungeons of Eternity, but we shall see where that goes.
Ready to add some new
There you go, nice style kill bonus there, and I didn't really do anything other than just cast blood balls. I will always take damage, although on normal, keeping your damage down, there's warrant for it because you want enemies being hit multiple times before they die, but damage is damage, and I do say to take those. The way that I talk about doing the leveling up is kind of getting you ready for the higher difficulties. So, but yeah, I think like, After the Fall, I'm not that keen. After you'll be fine with us then, Weebs. You'll be fine with us. Mate, I've got some absolute After the Fall killers. One of them's in the chat right now. Von's an absolute beast at that game. I've never seen somebody throw grenades so well. So. Oh yeah, I forget that. Yeah, Von was our backup plan as well. If all else failed, we had Von to basically get us out of the shit when we were playing the really hard difficulties. And good on her for actually doing it, because she's really good at it. And I can imagine it could have been fucking boring at times as well. But then, I don't know, how many times have you saved our team on that, Von? Fucking countless. So good on you. Anyway, right, magic time. Tick-tock, kill all the enemies quickly. Now, floor is lava. This is the worst map modifier fucking going. I'm just going to basically get bounced around this fucking arena all day, and unless I can stay in the air, there's not a lot that I can do about it. It can make this game very fucking difficult. Look at this. It's been knocked around the place. Hello, Sean. How we doing? Oh, that one didn't go off. Rubbish. Oh, no. This is the only problem with... The blood crystals can disappear as well because there's too much going on screen. Oh, there's a leg. And now it's another bloodborne thing. No, that's no good for us. This is why the limb thing is really good. Oh, here's another leg, look. And now it's another bloodborne thing. As I said, you can see now that not just the bodies, but the limbs and the crystals are disappearing almost as quickly as they hit the level, which makes it actually a bit counterproductive. Look out, there's guys coming. They'll chop you. They'll chop you up. Wait, get out of my face. Smash, smash. We want to smash all of these for gold whilst they're here. The keys, no keys, are dropping from these, so we know there are no chests. Let's see if we can get what I was trying to get earlier. It's still times 15, so it's a good 300 or 400 points there. But at later levels, those little gribblies have more life. See how this does on it. That wasn't too bad, and that was a fireball. Don't fire it directly at them, although the fiery explosion does give you a lot of style if you can get multiple hits on them first. But yeah, lightning is definitely the way with those things. We still want to be smashing bodies where we find them, because that's worth gold. I haven't even checked my shields in a little while, but we've got loads of money at the moment, which means we've probably got loads of shields. Sorry, I feel like I need to catch up on chat. Been gassing away. Oh, hello Ben, how you doing? But yeah, so this is the other thing as well, is a lot of my work has ended. I'm obviously on the hunt for more work and more various bits and pieces to do. And, you know, it's kind of like, I feel like I can actually just play dungeons and get all of you lot involved. And as long as you guys are happy being on streams, then we'll do that. And if you're not, well, then we'll just... There's going to be a lot of downtime. But as I said, initially, whilst me and Beanie are earning you all those bits and pieces, we're probably going to be doing a lot of speedrunning, as you know we are very capable of doing. And that's so that we can basically maintain top status between the pair of us on across as many leaderboards as they're going to give us. So... But yeah, there we go. Plenty of style for just casting those blood monsters. That's all I'm doing. Shop, we don't really want to be doing, but how much money have we got? 82,000. And for those of you just joining us, because we have the blessing gilded boots, every 300 we have, not earn, have, we get one shield. We're at 275 shield at the moment. Shield is ridiculously OP. Ridiculously OP. At 275, I think we could just sit on normal in the middle and not die, because it recharges quicker than you can take damage, I believe. Or you can take so much damage before it actually needs to recharge, and then even then you've got your life after that as well, so it's ridiculous. So we won't bother going to the shop because they don't really need to become any more powerful, so we'll just quicken this run up a bit. Get some vault magic. Oh, you found all the plushies, well done. Yeah, I know all of them are, I think all of them are related to missions from what I've seen, but again, you know, there's people that might not want it spoiled, so I won't say. But yeah, I thought it was a bit of a cop-out. I kind of thought there was going to be one per mission. 3 doesn't seem enough. So, and we still don't have a use for the already secrets that are in the game. Let's go... Well, I never use those anyway, so it doesn't even matter. Don't really use that either. Only my charge rail charging. Sorry, Von, I don't know if you heard or not. Because you kind of do the healer role in games. Charge magic, later level, has the ability to heal allies. You know which one charge magic is, right? Lightning and ice. And then you can fly. And this has the ability to not only get really fast and damage things with its lightning-y, smoky stuff, but you get the ability to heal allies within an area. So you can basically zip around the map, killing stuff like a badass, and then if your partner starts taking damage, you can come back in and heal them. And you're flying. I figured that'd be right up your street. Correct me if I'm wrong, Von. I know it isn't quite the subtlety of you and your fucking slugger arm, but, you know. It's getting there, I think. Healing and killing and keeling and healing. Right, let's go and make an absolute mockery of this boss. So again, shields. Shields OP. Ah, what? Why has that done that? You'll have to bear with me, guys. For some reason, my phone's just reset itself. And I don't quite know why. Is it not charging? Yeah, bear with. I'll have to check chat on my computer. Let me just get this boss out of the way, and then I'll find out what's wrong with my phone. Basically, my TTS won't be working right now, so bear with if you have any questions or anything I need to know. So, remember as well that you can get an idea of like little clues about each of the bosses. Oh, I think it's just resetting my phone. Okay. Don't know why, but... So you can get little clues about each of the bosses, and each of the clues are different. Savage can launch surprise attacks from above. No shit, that's what gets everybody killed. The other one that it says is that you can block his attacks. So you can use things like swords or axes or even the giant Hulk-style gloves. And you can block his... Why is that updating now? I'd never asked my phone to update at this time. Bloody thing. I was asking to do it at 2 PM in the evening. It's not 2 PM, is it? No. So, the other one is, yeah, you can block it. And by blocking, you can tire him out. Which is what we want to be doing here. Now, I will... There we go. Let's see. Hang on. Bear with. Let me just get speech chat back up and running. Stupid fucking thing. Coming in here, restarting, upgrading. Think it is. Has it still got speech chat open? Of course it fucking hasn't. Stupid thing. Bloody technology keeping up to date on my time. Right. There we go. Sorry if I've... I'll check chat quickly. Just in case anyone come in and I need to say hi. I thought my charger had fallen out of it and my phone had died or something. I found all the PICO oh, right, okay. I just it's gonna be difficult for him because I don't think I don't think he's got a third-party microphone like I have. So, hey, Cynthia, there's a question you'll never have to ask me. But, oh, mine just fucking reset. Stupid thing. So, yeah, I'll, I mean, you know, thing is, Cynthia, never be afraid to tell somebody who is streaming what you need from them. Because we rely on your feedback to know that everything's going good. The worst thing that can happen is somebody, and this, I know this counts for anybody who ever streams ever. The worst thing that could possibly happen, someone comes in, doesn't like something that is particularly easy for you to sort out, doesn't mention it, and fucks off. That's a viewer loss. That's somebody who might actually enjoy what that person is doing who ain't coming back. So if you ever see any, like, just ask him. He is a nice guy. I mean, except when he's being a dick. Said no one ever. Beanie's a ridiculously nice guy. But yeah, just ask him. So, what? Sorry, K2. I'm quiet. Is that what you said? Yeah, mine wasn't a planned emergency alert. Mine was like a full-on phone reset. Or it didn't look like an emergency. But yeah, anyway, drama solved. But yeah, ask him, and I'll tell him as well. Don't worry, I'll just repeat what he says, Cynthia. We'll get to the bottom of it, don't you worry. Right. Kill this guy. So, again, I'm going to start off... Start off with the old fireballs. Get some blood magic on the way. You can already see that he's almost half dead. We just took a full hit from him. No shields lost whatsoever. Because we are OP now. More blood magic! Yeah, more blood magic! More blood magic! Rocks! Take blood magic! Fire some more of these off as well. So, again, I'm just face tanking anything and everything that he can throw at me whilst he's being fucking wrecked. Have some of that.
What a thrill, eh? What's next?
Savagery. Done. Easily, I think. He was the boss that gave me the most problems. I barely had to move. Barely had to move. And look! My spinners are still doing their thing. I can probably create some more. Let's see how many we can get in the air. Leg? Yep, don't mind if I do. And if you're quick and dexterous with this, as I have known to be on occasion, the amount of stuff that you can get flying around is ridiculous. And it combos, it does the same regardless of the magic that it combos with. But look at that. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 assets doing a lot of fucking shit. No slowdown whatsoever. That's probably 8 still. 9. 10. 11. It's probably still 11. Let's have a look. Let's count them upside down, shall we? 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One of the things that I can tell you, and it's usually down to my casting, is I haven't been able to cast enough to find out what the max is. Like 10 of those on screen. And that could be happening whilst there's enemies still, and you just don't get any slow time. So, although devs, your background assets and your textures are crap, but well done on just utilising whatever wizardry it is that you've done to make all this happen on basically a mobile phone. So, I think it's impressive. Just enough style there to get the maximum rewards. That's basically all we need. Another blessing, so we just get more powerful. And as far as this is concerned, if you can't get shield, anything that goes towards mana is good. So we'll take Mana Surge. That's now basically mana back for kills. Sorry, 2 seconds. 2 seconds, Ben. I'll answer you in a sec. The other thing to note as well is, so there's actually 3 perks or 3 blessings. Let's see, they're still going as well. There's actually 3 blessings that I know of that give you shield. There's Gilded Boots, but I haven't got them all yet, so there might be more. There's Gilded Boots, I think it's Heavy Armor. It takes a jump off of you and adds 1 shield, which I'll have to take because I didn't think shield was that good, and I don't think 1's enough, and I don't think you can raise that. It might even be bugged. It's supposed to have been 100 shield for losing a jump. Losing a jump, especially early doors, as in you'd only be able to do 1, you wouldn't be able to do, you'd just be able to do that or that. you wouldn't be able to combo into a second jump and do your extra flips and stuff. So that's a heavy price to pay for one Poxy shield. The 2 shield abilities that are in the game are: one converts all your health to shields and mana based on how much health you have when you take it, and the other one is more money you collect, more shield you get. The one that is with mana, if you then pick up health or then pick up mana, it increases both your mana and your shield. So don't be afraid to keep on picking up power-ups when you get that one. It's called Grizzon Line. I can't remember what it's called. I get it all the time. It's one of my favourite ones as well because it instantly gives you like 50 shields.
Hellsweeper culls the overspill well.
It's not Mana Surge, is it? Maybe it's Mana Surge. So you can see here that, and this is down to, you'll see that that ticks up level-wise based on the amount of money that we have and the amount of souls that we have being times and converted. I don't know the exact amounts that are being times and converted. It might be like 1/3 of both, or it might be based on how much of this you've got against that. I don't know the exact calculations. What I can tell you is more of this and getting further increases this, which gives you quicker level ups. Well, that you can buy anything that you want. The thing is with me, Ben, I'm a min-maxer, so I always want to keep spend down. So for me, it's PPSH full as soon as I can get it, and then because it has plus P ammunition, it scales with the game. So it's not a gun that you buy at the beginning of the game at security level 2 and becomes useless later on, as some of them can. It's a game that it's a gun that basically scales all the way through the game. If you've played In Death Unchained, it's kind of like the Winter's Bite of Into the Radius, in that the weapon is constantly evolving and getting better as the game's getting harder because you've got options for it. The one thing that I would say, the Colt apparently is a lot of fun, but I haven't had a chance to play with it yet, but that one looks good. The Desert Eagle is cool as fuck to use, but these are just like fun weapons. My advice would be go in free mode, just play with them all, see which one you like. I like the AKs because you can, when you reload, you can flick out the magazine. Now, that's not great when you're actually playing the game, but when you're out there having fun, it's brilliant. I like the Mosin because of the bolt-action sniper rifle. I don't think it's a particularly great weapon as a sniper, but it's a lot of fun to use. So it depends on what you're doing, because when you're at security level 5, you're kind of done, so you're there for fun. Unless you haven't completed it yet, in which case, if you've got 50k, just go with a Scar. It'll just make the last level trivial. Again, even though we're ridiculously overpowered, I'm still taking them out. If it helps jog the memory of one person to do it and it keeps them alive one level longer, then it's worthwhile doing. Note how I actually stopped shooting that one, just in case I need the key from it. Because I can see one chest, but there might be another one up there. So I don't want to shoot that one because the key will plummet off of the level and that's lost then. So what we're going to do here... Let's go and secure that key before we do anything.
Destroy all corrupted totems.
Now, this is a great level for getting shitloads of souls and money. Let's go and put this up here. I need you. Now, the trick here is if you can stay far enough away from one of the totems to not be able to kill it, you now have infinite enemies. And those infinite enemies, as they are getting shredded by my blood magic, if I can get it going. Where is it? It's over there. As they are getting shredded by my blood magic, are making us money. Can I have some blood magic, please? Blood magic! Thank you! It's like, with the amount of shields that we have now, I don't even need to be careful. All I've got to hope now is that if you stay far enough away, the blood magic side of things won't be able to go far enough to be able to attack the totems. There's one low at the moment. Don't need this. I need your blood. Thank you. Yeah. So the setup of them wasn't ideal then, or we probably wasn't in the right area. Well, like, for instance, with fireballs, it's probably easier to just harvest so much cash off of any level where it's totems, and the reason being is because the fireball spits off things, the embers, won't target totems. However, the explosion will. But you'll note with fireballs, with the big fireball, if it doesn't hit anything, when it goes far enough, it explodes anyway. It doesn't just travel like a railgun through the entire level. It's not like that Warlock spell on Dark and Darker. And so because of that, you can sit right at one corner of the level and just keep killing enemies. I know I didn't do a very good job of it, but I shouldn't have put that in yet because we don't know if we've got any jades. Of course, they'll all be jades now. Don't even know if that's gold or not. Probably not. Ooh. Money. Ah, get gibbed. So yeah, here's a cool thing as well. I don't think you have the ability... Oh, these ones don't do anything. They make a noise, but they don't fire anything. But I think they just cleave better when they're powered. Like, for instance, though, we can fire... blow it up and... Oh, no, we've lost the ability to do that, haven't we, with limbs? Like, for instance, I can scratch with this now by pressing trigger. Which, you know, you don't need to, but it's kind of cool. Some of the limbs that you can get, you then gain access to the magic that the enemy has. None of it's particularly powerful, but like, for instance, you can throw knives or throw some of the littler spells that the enemies get in the game. I think that's gonna... Oh, no, there's another chest over there. Okay. Put that arm down. I thought that was silver then. Lovely, lovely. More souls. Good, good. Compact magazine, yeah, and I don't need laser sight, but it's not bad. In the chaos of everything that's happening, it can help you aim. It's very accurate, as most laser sights are, and it also gets it out the way. It'll never come up again once you've got it, and you can always change it over, so... but there wasn't any better ones there, really. I don't want to be up in the damage of the thing anymore. Sorry, 2 seconds. I think Ben... oh, nice one. Cheers, Ben. See you later, dude. Sorry, that might have been a bit late. I was gassing on. Unlike me, I know. Kind of didn't want to have this stream go on too long tonight because, you know, with doing an extra stream tomorrow, we've made ourselves busy. Very busy. But I do love playing this game. And if I wasn't streaming it, I'd probably be playing it. Let's get cracking pressure, because that's good. And let's get cracking pressure again, because that's just good. And... I don't think... If that's what I think it is, because I've seen... No. I've seen a screenshot or a video of that laser beam being multiple lasers. And... I think that's what that ability is supposed to be, so either it's not working or I haven't unlocked it yet. One of the two. Probably I haven't unlocked it yet. But we'll see. Because even I've still got things to unlock. So how do we do on style? Fucking loads. Again, we weren't going for the extra kills for style. We already had more than enough to, you know, get everything that we need rewards-wise from the end of the level. The reason why we were trying to just kill enemies is because of, on Unholy, we have this. Get 120% more loot when dismembering enemies. As long as you have one of these, because you don't usually get money for dismembering enemies, or if you do, it's like pittance. But when you start getting that, you start getting loads. Like, well, say loads, probably about 200 or 300 per enemy, I think it is. But you'll see now that comboed with shields, we actually lost a big chunk of change because we completed one level and went into the other. Still in the 200s on shields. Ridiculous. We won't be able to be stopped. Nothing can kill us now. Famous last words, you'd normally think, right? Again, I don't need to upgrade either my magic, so I'll just upgrade my health. Just in case something does get through our shields, we've now got even more of a buffer zone to just run away and wait for our shields to come back. Any more? Oh, look, a little stool. Any more bodies? Do note as well, we probably spent a good few grand in the shop. If you can do runs where you are not spending money at all, you will get, I believe, more experience because of it. Tribute, eh? This is why I take ice magic. Blue. Don't know what that is. Probably bronze. So with tribute, you basically have to sacrifice one of your weapons. I would get... don't make me do a rating, because you might not like it. I would give it... What would I give it? I'd probably give it an 8. And the only reason why I wouldn't give it a 9 is because I just don't think the graphics are there. The enemies are really good. Some of the things that they've done, some of the objects, like, they've paid attention to the graphics where it is actually important. Like this little gribbly thing. Look at him going. Alright, shut up. Yeah, that's right. Give him my key back. The texture, it's the textures on the rocks in the background. Now, when you're in the thick of the action, it doesn't matter. It looks cool as fuck anyway. It's when you're just walking around like this, when there isn't any action, you look around and it's like, it's a bit dirty, isn't it? It's a bit ugly. But I've played a lot worse. At least this doesn't burn my fucking eyeballs out of the skull. So I would give this... I would give this a 8. And... go on, Sean. What's the... Oh, what Cynthia was saying the most important question, or are you typing out the most important question? Oh, I'll let Sean answer that. I'm sure he wouldn't mind me answering for him. But there's a good reason. There's a good reason. A very good reason. And after young Sean has said it, I think you should all be extra proud of what he's accomplishing in IDU because of it, as well. But yeah, I'll let Sean pitch that one, because that's his business. So... there you go. So he has, and he's told me this, so I always make a point of trying to play the game as if I only had one finger. Exactly, Cynthia, exactly. See, I had no idea for quite some time as well, and then he turns around and is like, yeah, I'm missing most of the fingers on one of my hands. I'm like, fuck, what? And you can play IDU, you can do games? What? Fuck me, I'll lose like a nail on one of my fingers and I'll be out for weeks. I wouldn't be able to play VR at all. Yeah. Yeah, so I basically, when I look at a game that Sean asks, can I play it? It's one of the first things I actually do. Because it isn't just for Sean's benefit, but there are... there are other people that have preferences or are not abled. And so I make sure that sticky grip, as they call it in the game, where you can press a button to pick things up. Like, for instance, whenever I play games, I always like to hold the buttons, but that's because A, I can, and B, you know, I like to. So I like to hold the grip buttons. So I'm always holding the grip buttons when I'm holding the guns, because for the reals and because I can. There are some people who do not like to play that way, and then there's some like Sean that cannot. They need sticky, and that's why it's one of the things that I have asked the developers for Dungeons of Eternity, Dungeons of Eternity as well. Is I've asked them to make sure, because they haven't got sticky grip in Dungeons of Eternity at the moment, and I think you'll fucking love Dungeons, Sean. But they haven't got sticky grip in it at the moment, but I have asked for you. And the thing is, these days, you have to have it in your game. If it isn't in your game, it's an oversight. I can't think of many games that don't have it. And not because... more to do with preference than people's... you know, abilities, capabilities, or disabilities, whichever way you want to look at it. So, right, I think that's everything. Yeah, with this. So basically now it is important, because I've done this and thought, oh, my rewards, what should I get? Oh, I'll get what my best weapon is. I'll get a level up that. No, that's not what this is saying. Prepare to pay for passage. You are now going to give up one of your 4 equipped things. I don't really use ice magic. This is part of the reason why I carry it. But I do use it to level up. After you have offered, you are then offered quite a good reward. Plus 60 mana is huge. Plus 2 to lightning is good. But we're not using lightning now. We're just blood. So more mana. More mana, more mana, more mana.
You are the epitome of grace.
And just when you think you've got enough mana, get some more mana. So, but like, yeah, it's... because obviously Sean's playing Into the Radius, and one of the questions that he asked me is, would I be able to play it? And it's so what I usually do is I pull all of my fingers back, so I've just got one finger to work with, and try and play the game with the options that I can. And I've now done it enough that I can say, yes, you'll be able to play this game, no, you can't. And it's just basically based on sticky grip and maybe 1 or 2 other options. But hey, as I always say with everything that I do, I don't care how many people are watching or how well it does or something. It helps one person. Job done. Job done. Oh, I should have sliced those. Oh, that's a shame to hear. Have you, in that case, Sean, have you considered any of... I mean, I know it's not the same, but have you considered any of the art games that are in VR, in the VR space? You might find those quite interesting. You might be able to do those better than you could normally. Well, you know, in real life. There's lots of really good ones out there that I've seen. Not my thing. I've never been able to draw very well at all. Stick figures are about as far as I get. Ooh, emerald. Now we just need to find the thing. Now, this one is a good one. Notice as well, I didn't know this mission was coming up. I could have, by knowing what thing I was picking, but I didn't. I didn't, like an idiot. So, no, that's fine, mate. I would highly recommend. There was 2. There's an older one called Vermilion. In fact, Von loves her artsy stuff, if I remember rightly. I also know she likes her puzzle stuff. Von will tell you, Siobhan will tell you which one's the best one to get or look at. And I dare say she'll probably have a referral code for it as well, so you'll be able to get some money off. So this one, you need to kill enemies within the bubble. Again, if we can keep enemies out the bubble and kill them, we can infinitely harvest enemies. It's actually quite difficult to keep them outside the bubble, but we'll try. You basically need to get really far away and then just use fireballs. The fact that the floor is lava is going to make this fucking just like pulling teeth, so I'm not even going to bother. I'll just get it over and done with. I hate the floor is lava. What happens later on in the game to spice things up is the game starts introducing map modifiers, and they just get worse and worse and worse as you level up. They really do. I hate the floor is lava. I really hate it. Almost, bollocks. Almost to the point where this game almost went down to a 7 because of floor is lava. It is. It's funny and it's a good challenge, but it does enough piss me off. Especially when I didn't know how to play this game. I just get bounced all over the level and killed for no good reason. It's fucking horrible. Looking back though, it's funny as fuck. Yeah, Vermilion's the one that I know, but I dare say I dare say Von will know. You'll know others or better. There was another one that came out quite recently, but I think it was more of a game than a art simulator. And so I don't think anything's dying in the circle at the moment, so we're doing... Oh, no, there you go, having said that. One of the other things to note as well... Yeah, so plenty of things died in there. One of the other things to note with this totem, and it does... The bug does mention it from time to time. See this, reservoir here. As you are killing things within the sphere, that fills up, so you can glance at this to get an idea of how far you're off of completing it. Not that you would, because, you'll just complete it. Hey look, I forgot our fireballs bounce. Now we can skim them. You can get loads of skims on that later on. But again, there's so much in this game and so many little subtleties. I am an absolute stickler in a game like this. This is part of my, I suppose, review, Cynthia, if you're still listening. So I'm a stickler in games like this of becoming good at one or two things, really good. And then in games like this, you can then use that getting good, or, finding the most broken thing is what I usually do. Not getting good, really, is it? But you can then use that to unlock everything else so that you can then have a proper play. Like, for instance, in... trying to think what else. There's been loads of games. There's too many to name, but there's been lots of games where, Battlefield. Battlefield, I'd always play as a support guy with the LMG because I was good with that, and that would allow me to get all the other characters unlocked and all the experience points and all the bits and pieces to unlock all the other characters and have a look at them. There are some games... Oh, there it is. There are some games where it will force you to play with specific things to do to unlock. Now, this kind of is one of those games, but if you, for instance, I'm not looking forward to getting all the unlocks for the sword and the axe and the mace and even the rifle and the shotgun, but I can put them all with the magic that I am very good with, and and then I can use what I'm good with to unlock what I'm learning am bad with, or is shit, or not very good. So there's that element to it as well. I do get the impression, though, that everything on this game is usable to some extent and becomes OP. Overpowered, read as. Ooh. The only thing that is really lacking at the moment, and this should tell you quite a lot about my rating of this game, because I do love VR archery, if you hadn't guessed, is... the bow is shite in this. It doesn't work very well, and it's not very good. I mean, it looks like it would get really powerful, but it's just not very good. The physics, the draw, the way that it's controlled. Basically, I have to draw both of my hands across my body to be able to get a proper shot off, to be able to draw the bow properly, and and aim it, and it's rubbish. But even that, though, even the bow, which should be my favourite weapon in this game, because I can fucking go upside down and shoot stuff. How good, in slow motion, how good would that be? Right? But I can't do that. But I still playing it a lot. A hell of a lot. Put a lot of time into this game as it happened. This is cool. Levitate additional objects. I'll try and put some more points into levitate. You can get to the point where you can summon lots and lots of rocks all at the same time. And now we've got the ability at the moment to levitate 3 in each hand. And you also get, the only problem that you have with this is it takes mana to hold the levitation, but you can get a power with levitate, which then allows you to, no, you can do that, but a roundabout's way. You can get it as a fist. What was I saying? Can't remember. Something about rocks. Fuck! And then I remembered about the fist side of things. But yeah, you can. Oh yeah, that's it. You can get it so that levitate doesn't cost any mana. That's one of the levitate skills, and that's cool as fuck.
Upgrades are plenty.
Oh, we did rubbish on style then. I was trying to get as much money as possible, and I failed. Right, we don't want that. Actually, having said, well, so we can get frost back, but it'll be back to level 1. Survival, I don't mind. Survival is a great objective for us because it's infinite enemies, and our blood magic obviously chonks through everything. That's not good to see. That's not ideal either. Okay, we still want to be getting blood magic, unholy magic rather, because we got to replace things now. So, but it'll be alright. It'll be alright. Okay. Where them totems at? So we can now, so straight away by killing one of those totems, we know there are no keys on the level, so this one isn't really going to be that much work. Let's electrocute you. Oops. Fireball off for you. One for you. Let's start gibbing things. Blood ball away. Blood ball away. Oh. Hello, Papa Nurgle. How we doing? Bam. That's how we're doing. And then, hopefully, most of my little blood guys will operate in quite close proximity to me and kill everything for me. Oh, good. That worked out nicely. Ah, what do you want, Henry? The leg of the wing. Feel like a magical doctor. Ooh, scythe. Scythe, you say? And we can now fire the enemy's abilities back at them, and that's all because of blood magic. Oh no, I think you can do that already, can't you? I can't remember. There's so many abilities. Ooh, I see. There you go, so I'm just sitting here casting those guys, and they're just going off and killing everything and making me a lot of money and style whilst doing it. So not only are they doing my job for me, but they're doing it better than I can. Well done, boys. The one thing that I will say about blood magic is a lot of the other elements of it are very Oh, there are keys. Oh, okay. Missed that. Didn't see them before. Because they're moving around the level, shredding everything, they're also shredding a lot of the totems as well, which means, you know, just less work. Less work. Not you. You. If I said no, would you believe me? Probably. I don't know, I think I need to take a breath sometime, Cynthia, don't you? Any more bodies for me? Oh god, we're gonna need a lot of keys. Lovely. Keys. Lovely. Oh, I know there's loads below. Good key. Ooh, better key. Mm-hmm. What, you think my children can get in a word in edgeways, Cynthia? How very dare you? When Dad's talking, they're quiet. So they're quiet a lot. No, they're also very chatty. Hey, look, right, when when I'm around, and especially when my family's around, never be an awkward silence. Can guarantee you that. It's the first thing I said to Mac. Mac was like, yeah, well, you are a bit of a gobshite, aren't you? I was like, yeah, well, at least you'll never have a fucking awkward silence in my presence. He's like, yeah, alright then. Oh, dear. Now then, where's them keys? I need better keys. Ooh. These are rubbish keys, though. So, again, is this gold? Is this bronze? Is this bronze or is this gold? I have no idea. This should be gold. This should be bronze. Let's change the lighting up a little bit and see if that helps. Let's get in the light. What do we think now? I have fucking no idea. I would say that's gold, but that's always then bronze. So let's go with this one. Oh, that was gold. So I just do the opposite of what I think I should do, and it works out just fine. Brilliant. Brilliant. How productive. How intuitive. Well done, devs. We're at max level on this, so we don't need experience. Might as well get something useful. The other thing to note as well, here's a recipe for you. You can hurt enemies in melee with your orbs, and they won't break with Unbreakable Diamond, which all things that... So you can basically be a kind of magic slinger, but you can also use it in hand-to-hand combat as well in combination with your fists, which is very cool. I'll probably never use it. I think this combos with something else, so we will forge that. But if I remember rightly, it's one spite and these two is the recipe for that. Let's put Showtime on. The other thing to note as well is when you get the ability to forge, it does take away your other perks to give you that, and this isn't always best. Like, for instance, reduce the cost of AoE spells by 30%. That does not mean the big magic blast that we're doing, as I understand it. That means the floating around doing damage to everything AoE, even though the fireball is an AoE. So a lot of the time I skip those. You've done very well, Sean. Ooh. Oh, come on, guns. There we go. Hey, look, I can only... The thing is, Sean, as well, remember, you can take as much credit, more credit than I can for it. You've got to be able to listen as well as play to be able to get where you are. A good advice for everybody, I think. But then, you know, your kind of testament as to, Vaughn, get that pie ready. Your testament as to how good my tutorials, teaching and videos are, I guess. Because you're not fully abled, yet you are now, what, top 10 material?
The stone hand has much to give.
I think that's an impressive feat. On your part more than mine. Look at that. 200... Is that 200,000? Yeah. Oh, we do need one more of these. Let's see if we can get it. Oh, there we go. Red Valentine. That's what we want. Oh, we're going to get a shop. Pie, 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 pie. Yay! That's what we like to hear, Cynthia. Yeah, but top 15 you might as well be. Well, you're top page. Top page material, mate. But that's only been in quite a short space of time as well, so well done you. Right, at 10,000, 10,000? At 100,000 gold, I like the shops as well, because one of the things that you can actually do is see exactly how much your stats are being affected as you crush things. 344 on normal. We don't need much more than 150. 344 is ridiculous. We'll never... I think it gets to a point where it breaks and you just don't take any more damage. So anyway, we'll refresh the shop and we don't need health. We don't need damage. What I was hoping for is some more blood magic. No, mana I'll always take. The more of a percentage you have, or the higher a mastery you have of a thing, the more expensive it gets, if that wasn't obvious. So we don't need any more of this. Oh, I know what we could do though. Let's go on unholy and let's change that back to that, and then let's go for blood magic and let's change this one to this one, and this one to this one, and then if we get another blood, we'll be able to get the last one that we can do. I did say no excuses, you're quite right. Oh, Bobo VR plus extra batteries. Nice, nice. Well done. Good shout. I would have, like, I'm very strongly behind Bobo stuff. I think it's really good. I must admit, I'm not that much of a fan of the Halo style design of headset. Either I'm wearing it wrong, or I don't know, maybe my head's just not used to it. I do prefer the Elite style, or it is Elite, isn't it? I do prefer the Elite style, if I'm honest. But then I'm kind of appreciating the change between the PICO and the Quest, because I've got the Halo style on the Quest and the Elite style on the PICO. So I do like changing between them. That can definitely reduce fatigue. I think part and parcel of it might be that the Halo design with the extra batteries doesn't suit the Quest 2 very well, but I think it'll be better with the Quest 3 with the weight distribution. I thought I'd be able to get through that. Did you notice how quickly I spoke all of that so that nobody could get that in, Von? Yeah, alright, well done. Yeah, well done you. Yeah, shock! Shock news. Halo style straps uncomfortable for Silver Tongue Devil because head too big because of swelling. Yeah, well, I suppose, yeah, it probably explains why I can't get through some doors as well. Right, so yeah, well, maybe definitely with that arm. Right, what are we doing? Oh yeah, kill everything. Have a quick smoke and a drink first, though. But yeah, I'd put like links to help support the channel, like Bobo VR affiliate links and bits and pieces like that. But they won't give me any discount to give you guys. It's just either like, I think it's just commission. So yeah, I'm not really that bothered. If I can't get you guys something out of it, then I don't deserve to get anything out of it. So, and it's only ever pennies anyway. So I did just get some more ProTube stuff through Max affiliate link. Again, you know, I don't think I get anything, but it's a maintenance. So, right, kill them all.
More demons.
Oh, this is a survival one. Oh well, that's going to be pretty easy. So, even without blood magic, we're still ridiculously overpowered. But blood magic just gives us more cash. And probably as much style. At this level, I think more. But fireballs are very good for getting your style points up. Because as they are travelling, they are doing lots and lots and lots of little hits. And all of those lots and lots and lots of little hits all add up to increase your style, and that's what ultimately gets you more coin at the end of a level. The only problem that I am having is it's quite loud in here. Probably hear my voice getting louder the more of these things I summon, because they're pretty loud. So I will get round to answering things and have a look at the chat in a minute when all this nonsense calms down. Ooh. Thank you, Vaughn. I did hear that. Thank you, Vaughn. Check the battery in a minute. Should get off soon. Got another stream to do tomorrow. I've also got some more videos to do. But to be fair, we're almost finished. I wanted to get a level, get a run complete, because I can't remember if I did that in the last stream. I think I failed miserably. But, well, I'd say I wasn't as good then. That's a lie. I just wasn't as OP then. So there is something to be said as well for just leveling up on this game. Just leveling up, like in IDU, think of the leveling up as achievements. You wouldn't try and get your best score or do your best run with like anything less than like 95% of the achievements. Neither should you bother doing so on this, because the more levels you go up, the more powerful you become. And yeah, it's like, it's only by fractions, but you know, as I said, IDU you wouldn't try and do your best run at like fucking 50%. Well, unless you were going after the PICO leaderboards. That'll do. I won't mess around too much. Event Horizon, that's very cool. I'll show that one. So Event Horizon actually changes one of the abilities of lightning. So normally you fire that off and it hits and then electrocutes. Oh no, it's still, hang on. Which one am I thinking of? I thought it was that one. I thought that... 2 seconds. Quick check. Have a look. Event Horizon. Have I done that? Hold down trigger. Extends the generation of magnetized pole. Holding down trigger. Okay, that's the wrong one. There's one that basically changes that to something else, but it's not that one. Oh, okay. Oh no, that's fucking cool as fuck. Look at that. And my fingers are going too. Oh, I got a knife in my hand. Got 2 knives in my hand. Look at that. That is a cool touch. I'm not doing that, but it looks fucking cool as fuck, like I'm actually manipulating shit. Alright, let's get these knives out of my hand. So, but yeah, there's, ooh, wrong ones. There's others, so we can now hold those out there, and they're bigger. But there's another one that just basically turns that attack into loads and loads of shockwaves, and that one looks cool and sends stuff flying as well. Any chance to see a bit of deal? No, Von is quite right. There's an embargo on it until tomorrow. I'm being told 6 PM, so that should be launch time for everybody as well. And yeah, thanks, Von. I'll change battery. Excuse me. I really want to. But then the thing is, you know, if I was to show it now and they got wind of it, it's very short-sighted of me because, you know, I want that game to do really well. There are people that have been able to play the game and make videos of the game and show the game off. I'd imagine none of them have been allowed to live stream, otherwise I'm sure somebody would have, but nobody has. But yeah, bigger names than me, bigger boys than my channel have been able to show video footage off. If you want to see the game running and see what you're looking at, look for either Gamertag VR. In fact, no, fuck it. Don't look for the other ones. Go and look for Gamertag. He's the one who comes in my chat and gives us keys every now and again. Fuck the others. No, Gamertag and Beardo Benjo and Mike from VR Oasis, they all you know, they're bigger boys, so, you know, they get privileges, and the privilege is they got access to it earlier than I did, and they're allowed to put videos out. We're not. We're embargoed until... There's also other big channels that have done that as well, so they're also probably paid. But yeah, I could put it on now, but again, I'm sure you'd agree, it'd be very short-sighted of me to fuck a relationship that I could have with what I think is going to be basically everybody who plays IDU's next big game. I can't see people not liking it. I really can't. There's just, like, I can talk about it until I'm blue in the face as well. One of the things I really like, all the sound effects, the music, all the decisions that they've made and the way that the game works and all the bits and pieces, it just all resonates so well. Not necessarily with me. Beanie was saying the same as well. So that's two. Now, you know, me and Beanie are fairly similar. Obviously, you know, I'm smarter, he's more skillful. We're very similar in, you know, our likes and our dislikes and whatnot. And he said exactly the same as me. So, you know, that's two of us saying it. So, bam, there we go. I'm glad you asked that, Von. Not really, because you know when the enemies are coming because the music changes. The one thing that I will say, and again, a very cool decision and an awesome thing that they didn't have to do on their part, there are spiders in the game. Now, I know, and you guys probably know people, or you might be them yourself, that don't like spiders in games. Well, you can't do much about that because they're quite an integral part of the game. However, there are spiders that jump at you and attack you, and, you know, they jump at your face, kind of like the spidery things on Into the Radius and so on. And I know people that will not play games where things jump into your face. So not so much a jump scare, but, you know, they don't like things just up in them, like, you know, facehugger fantasies and shit like that. Don't like it. They've actually put an option in the menus to stop enemies being able to do that to you. So if you don't like that, you can fucking turn it off, and I think that is very much applaudable. Because I've got a particular friend of mine who won't play Crashland because the enemies come straight at your face. He bought the game, really enjoyed it, and then just basically had to fucking refund it or like not play it anymore because things jumped in his face and he just couldn't handle it. It's fine. I mean, pussy, but, you know, it's fine. No, I'm very much joking. It's definitely a nice option that they've included, and it just basically means that there's people that wouldn't be able to enjoy the game that now can, and I am all for that. Who fucking cares? It's not like player versus player, it's cooperative, so it's just the same as a single player. It doesn't fucking matter. So, and even if there were leaderboards, who fucking cares? Oh, I don't like spiders jumping in my face. Well, turn it off then. They won't get to you as fast as they will to me, and I'll be able to shoot them faster. So,
With every
there you go.
Comes a test.
A test, eh? It's actually not wrong. The amount of times I forget to check next objective, next objective, next objective. I mean, I know it's all boss battles, but still. Right, we'll grab that. I still didn't get the one that I was looking for. I can't remember what it's called now. Tome of the Flies or Tomb of the Fireflies, something like that. Third bomb's quite good. Burning explodes when it ends, which means enemies explode, getting you more style. Again, I like all of these. I don't want to lose any of them, so I'll skip that. Right, cool. Let's go. Final boss time. Well, it's not called that, but I can't remember what. Yeah, it's a play on that. It's like Lord of the Fire Tomb or Tome of the Fireflies, something. It basically means the first level of it, you do 40% more damage with your fireball sparks. And yeah, it's one to really push into. You basically, I would advise anybody who's struggling with this game, learn how to get fireballs, cast them, smush them, point your palms up and fire. Just keep doing that and you'll win. Also note, with those fireballs, firing it and getting it to go past as many enemies as possible does loads of damage and gets you loads of multiplier style. Firing it into the floor, it doesn't blow up when it impacts enemies, it blows up when it impacts scenery. And that adds massive amounts of style on, because that's an explosive, burning, like, headshot in some cases, or just dismemberment in others. And it also does an extremely massive amount of damage. The other thing to note, as I was saying earlier, when you do fire a fireball, it does get to a point where it explodes anyway. So if you can keep enemies away from you and be firing them, you can get all of the bits and pieces. If Cynthia, if you had a look, oh yeah, you must have a look on my stream. I think the old trailer is better than the new trailer, and I put the old trailer at the front of my stream for tomorrow on the video. The trailer makes it look really good as well. I think the old trailer is better than the new one. But yes, it is fucking wild. The other thing that I can't say for certain, one of my concerns with the game is, this is going to get a bit samey quite quickly, isn't it? Even with the random dungeons and all the bits and pieces, no, we don't need to worry about that. I got to level 15 and new things. It's like there's always something new happening now, and it's, yeah, it's good. Very good. Can you smush these? Oh. Right. Way to kill Sin. Do damage to him until he staggers, and then I usually flip upside down and shoot him in his accompanying band that is lit. However, if you have blood magic, God, you guys are going to be sick of this by the time I'm finished. Blood magic does the job for you. So as long as I've got plenty of these out there, they'll go and attack the boss. And they will... Now, normally, magic does not shred his bands. But for some reason, blood magic does. I think. I'm pretty sure that's what was happening earlier. Because I wasn't shooting it. I mean, we need to get style points, so let's just keep casting. And they're going to stay forever anyway. There you go. So not a design decision was made that magic will not affect the coils. But as you can see, I'm not bothering shooting those coils. I'm sending... Now, normal magic doesn't affect them either. Blood magic does. And I think it's because basically these... the blood magic things are all melee hitters, so they're not classed as magic. So it's as if you're going in there with your sword. I don't know. The other thing I'd say about this game as well, I don't know how obtrusive it is, but it's very difficult to see your mana and your life bar in this game, or at least I find it quite difficult. Although you guys should be able to see it quite easily from the video footage that I've recorded. So you'll see that I'm taking hits and my shield is not even it's barely going down, and then by the time it goes down it comes back up again. And there you go. Blood magic, blood magic, blood magic, blood magic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What is this? 7, 8. And I could get another several up there before they all run out as well. So there you go. Fireball them until you get blood magic, and then when you get blood magic, just use that, and then you can use that to get all the coin that you need and get all the leveling up that you need. The only problem is, which we'll find out now, look at that, 150,000 style points, and I wasn't even doing anything other than just casting those bad boys. Now, when you complete the game, because I don't think we did this last time, you get a little bit of a fragment. That I will answer in just a moment. I can't remember. I think it's like, it might be like 15, 16. So I was planning on, if you are game, hopping on with you tomorrow, because I hear you're off at the moment, and I'm going to power level you and see how quickly I can get you through the levels. Because I know you can play this game, but it's frustrating to be stuck at those low levels and not be able to see the new shit, and I don't want your love of the game to dwindle. And so the way that I can help out is by getting you to where you need to be. Oh, look. Bodies. Forgot about this. This is more money. So, the one thing that is quite cool as well is, and again, it's another thing that I like about this game, is it's not a lot of storytelling. What storytelling is done within the game. I don't want to sit through fucking cutscenes. It's bad enough having to listen to those fucking Vine pricks at the end tell me that I'm brilliant at hell sweeping. Like, every time you complete the game, you get a little bit more of a fragment of what happened to you. So, for instance, I know that I am Japanese. I know that my dad was a samurai. I know that I took part in some sort of battle, and I was awarded for my heroic and bravery by the shogun. That then puts us into an era. So we'll be sort of like 16th, 7th century Japan. The other thing as well, that I've done loads and loads of various deeds that are all brave and good and really cool and everything. But then you got to ask, well, why the fuck am I ended up in hell then? So are Hellsweepers good people or are Hellsweepers bad people? I can't tell you yet. I know that, like, I rescued a kid from fucking drowning, and I know I took on a fucking bull, and there's loads of other little... Well, listen. See what else about our character.
The beast within emerged as you commanded a crew to ambush a brutal Roman. Cold satisfaction gleamed in your eyes as the massacre unfolded.
Okay, maybe we weren't so good after all. But then, you know, I'm pretty sure the character used to be a samurai as part of his memory. And if he's taking on a Ronin, that means he's taking on somebody who is a masterless samurai, which are considered... Well, they usually become masterless because their master died and they're supposed to kill themselves. So... There we go, level 23. So, and you can see we've got loads of cash. One of the things that I will say about this, and... anybody else who's playing this, do take note, because I've kind of leveled up everything now. I'm pretty sure the exchange rate for ranking up is wrong. I've had loads of cash and only been able to level up 1 or 2 things previously before I've run out. I can fucking count, and it like says that I've got, I don't know, 8,000, and then by the time I've unlocked 3 or 4 things at 500, it says I'm out of money. It's like, what? So I think there's something wrong with the conversion rate, but I'm not that bothered because I've almost finished it now. There we go, level 23. So even at these high levels where it starts slowing down, I'm still going up kind of a level, and that's just on normal as well. Right, blood magic. You will be happy to know, Von, that it... Oh, level 16. So, but look, check it out. I've also got a cool mask that I never get to see. And yeah, another cool thing that I'm not going to buy until I've got everything unlocked. So, but yeah, I got the Hanzo mask. Great. To be honest, I still think the best mask in the game is the one that you start with, because that is cool as fuck. These ones are a bit, I don't know, those are the special ones. They're a bit lackluster. But again, I think it's as much to do... I like the Hanzo one though, that's cool. You know, reminders of the good times of COVID, eh? So I think that one's good because it's clean. The other one's either... The first one looks really good. The other ones just look a bit shit because, again, because graphics, unfortunately. So let's have a quick look. I don't think I did, and I got the game for free on PICO. They are working on that though. I think it's just a quest thing because meta is meta. And on that bombshell, we'll end it there. Thank you all very much for joining me. This has been Hellsweepers on the PICO 4. I have been Silver Tongue Devil, upside down. Good night.